During the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the sexiest place to be every single Friday night. We are live here at the 6th Borough. Boca Raton, stand up. We are live on iHeartRadio. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Pizza Rica, Fat Pickle, and Hideaway. I have my co-host. Give it up for Mag Chop Kenny, Denise Cassell. My name is Nico. Give it up for the one and only Joe Rubo.
Welcome everybody to the 6th Borough. It's Friday night. It's Friday night at the 6th Borough, and guess what? We are live and ready to go. Another week. You know, we got our food here from Pizza Rica, and they did good this week.
They really did.
Yep.
They did good.
They do good every week. It's just the palate that you have.
They laid off the fruits and vegetables. They did good. You know, I used to work for a pizza place for a long time. I made pizza.
No, I think you ate there and you thought you worked there. No, this is ridiculous. I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't mean that. I was only teasing.
You know, we'll see. I'll see you later.
All right. I didn't know. Oh, my God. No, it was a
But
joke.
what I'm saying is, if anybody ever ordered Hawaiian pizza or pizza with pineapple, this is what I used to do to it. Garcia, show.
Oh, jeez.
I used to give them the money for their toppings and send it back to them. But anyway, let's kick it to Denise. We got a lot going on this week, so bring us up to date, honey.
Well, thank you so much, Nico. That is a great, great opening. And I also want to say that I'm so excited to be here again after just kind of normalizing myself from recovering of the flood of Fort Lauderdale, we're calling it.
Yeah.
And the storm that never happened. So I'm feeling better about things.
Did you finish building your ark yet or no?
I'm actually going to build one for sure, and I'm going to call it the 6th Borough Ark because there were people definitely canoeing around, but we just got approved by FEMA to be able to. Yeah, we got approved by FEMA,
awesome.
so that those that need to file, please go ahead and do that. But other than that, it has been a great week overall. There's a couple of things that have been going on. We had the NFL draft right this week.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's a big one.
All weekend, yeah.
We had the NFL draft and a whole bunch of other events that we'll talk about later on in the show. But we have a great show lined up. Last week's show was really good.
We also got to talk about the Miami Heat now.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Incredible.
Yeah. We have to mention that. But last week we had a great show as well. We had Michael Newman with us.
Oh,
we
what a
had
good
Sharon Pfeiffer with us. And also we had Artie Pasquale, who was just a delight talking about his experience, right, on
They're
set,
all
Nico?
incredible. Michael is, he's like, once you meet him, you feel like you've known him forever.
Yeah.
Truly,
Really
a
great
mensch.
guy.
Sharon was here. It was a really good show.
Sharon, super talented, great stories.
Oh, she's magical.
Yeah,
For real.
and great nuggets of information with respect to like getting into the industry and whatnot. And then Artie talking about his time on The Sopranos and
And the only name he remembered was mine. Isn't that weird? He was like, anybody on the show that's not going to make it is going to be that Nico guy. Yeah, it was funny. I was like, he said my name, but I don't think he was nice about it. But I was like, I didn't care, bro. Just say my name, Yala.
he was actually very, very delightful too in sharing all of his experiences and all of the
Yeah, he
things. So
definitely
for
is a
those of you
legend.
that missed it, you can actually go over to our YouTube channel and you can catch us there. It's the 6th Borough Power Hour, and you can catch last week's show. So we have an event that's coming up this week too. That we're
Wheels,
going
Wings,
to.
and
Tomorrow.
Fashion.
Yes, Nico, take
Saturday
away
night,
that one.
baby. It's an incredible show that's going to happen. It only happens once a year, and they actually had told us they're going to be doing it all over the country. So that's exciting. So all the car enthusiasts or people that are looking for something like cool, sexy, chic to do. The women are fabulous. The food, the vibe. It's just a cool place to be. So if you need to go to an event, that is the must-see and must-go-to event if you have a husband or a wife or that type of dating situation. This is the one you want to go to. Totally chic. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. So the theme of this year is To the Moon, so dress accordingly. And that
Does
I
that
did.
mean wear a space outfit?
Well, some people
Show
will.
up, bang, zoom.
She's not wearing that see-through outfit again, are you, Denise?
No,
I
I'm
didn't
not
know.
wearing a
I didn't know
see-through.
it was a-
No, I'm going to be wearing a metallic outfit, though.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you're going to wrap yourself in saran wrap, and she's like, look at me. I don't know.
But
I
it
just wear
is.
Nico's jacket with a fishbowl on my head.
There you go.
That's it. There you go. Yala. Yo, you need it? No. Yo, I got clothes, kid. I don't know if you noticed. I don't wear the same thing twice. Yala.
There it is.
So there are still tickets available. Not much left. I mean, I think it's minimal. They're expecting over 1,000 people.
Yeah, it's
and
going to be.
it's
It's
a great event.
It's usually sold out. So
Right, but it's 1,000 of the who's who, the what's what.
That's
It's
right.
not just like 1,000 of like people who are coming to Walmart. Just so you
Yeah.
guys know. In regard,
What's
no, I mean,
wrong-
honestly,
what's
like, in
wrong with
regards to the
Walmart?
If you're
I
not
like Walmart.
don't have it together, or you might maybe want to check a video of what the people look like.
Yes.
You definitely would like
Pretty
to do
people.
that. You know,
I
what I mean?
had invited someone to come to be a guest of ours, and it was a yes in the beginning. She goes, "No, I'm going to go ahead and spend it in Miami for the weekend." I said, "Well, it's unfortunate because Miami's coming up here
Right,
to
right.
go to this event. So your loss, our gain. It doesn't matter, but it is the event of the events, and people do take buses to go to this event up here. So can't wait to experience that one more time, and it's a great fashion show. You can't miss it."
and if you're going to the Air and Sea show, it's right afterwards. You could go to both.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
and
actually,
we
yeah, the
also
Air and
have
Sea.
Boca Bash.
Boca Bash.
Oh,
this
right.
weekend?
Yeah,
Yes.
Boca
I
Bash.
thought that was in October.
Listen, there's all kinds of things going on all over South Florida this weekend. So
My
make sure you
own.
guys are checking it all out.
won't
Because
be
you got
here,
Boca
so-
Bash, you got the Air and Sea show, you got the Wings and Things. What is it? Wings, Wings and Things.
Wings
You
and
need a,
Things.
but you
It's
need a
restaurant.
boat with Boca
That's a
Bash, just in
restaurant,
case
not
the
wings
viewers.
Wait, okay, scratch that, folks. It's definitely not Wings and Things, and we're not giving them commercial
Do
credit
the
for that.
viewers know that Boca Bash, you just can't show up. You need a boat to get there. Just a quick shout out to anyone that's like, I'm going to Boca Bash. And then you show up at the edge of the water, and it's way over there.
Yes.
You could swim.
I am going to be at all of these events this weekend. So
Even
I
Boca
have
Bash?
event. Yes, it's going to be a
Awesome.
crazy weekend for me. I'll be representing, of course.
Yeah, that's good.
So I'm
Take
excited.
a lot of pictures.
Well,
So
this
we
is
have
what
them
it's
next
about
week.
living in South Florida, which is the 6th Borough. You know, we get to have the delight of all year round, all these events to go to.
Right. That's why
And,
people ask me all the time, why I don't go on vacation? I mean, just this weekend alone is incredible. You have to go to Vegas in order to see things like this.
Yes. Yeah. We're very fortunate down here. And, you know, so many more events are emerging every other weekend.
Oh, this is the time of year now.
This is the
too.
time of year
Yeah.
before we hit the heat of the year.
Right. No,
during
but it's
that
getting
time,
hot,
it
though.
slows down
I
a
was a
little
little
bit.
schwitzy today. Let me tell
Yeah,
you.
you were schwitzing
It was
today?
hot. There you go. Vote.
Yeah, it was very hot today.
So listen, this show is all about being a part of it. If you have any questions or comments, you're welcome to call us live at 888-994-4995, and that is Studio A. So we want you to stay tuned for the second part of the show, too. That's at the 7:30 hour. We are going to have a great guest on, and that's Peter Gaudio, who's going to be with us, who has been in mega amount of movies, is a weightlifting champion, just a champion of just so many different things. He's a character in Gravesend. He's got a tremendous history of being in so many different movies. He's also in Mob King and many, many more. So we're going to go over a lot of that, and great inspirational speaker as well. So stay tuned for that, and that's on the 7:30 hour. Nice. So I'm going to toss it over to Kenny. Kenny, what's going on in your world?
I got all kinds of things going on.
I know. This one he's always surprising us.
Right now I've been focusing on the premiere of The Squad. Mm-hmm. That's been my number one priority. So I even want to say, listen, if you guys want, if you call in today, I'm going to give 2 free tickets away to the Florida premiere of The Squad. So
That is incredible. But
Joe's calling.
That is incredible, Kenny. But most importantly, where are we sitting? Do we get to sit anywhere near you so we can like punch you as we see you? Like the whole get next. No, I'm just saying. I've never had a friend that was on TV except Joe. You know what I mean? And
yes,
now it's like so exciting because I was not at the movie theater with Joe.
I got special seats for you guys. I actually, I want to do the interviews. Want Denise doing the red carpet. So we got to figure out how to get the station over there to make this happen.
We'll get there. We'll make it happen.
Mentioned it, but yeah, it's gonna be
No,
really
this
cool.
is
I got a lot
exciting,
of
bro. This is
celebrities
bigger
gonna be there,
than
too.
no. This is incredible, bro. You should be so proud of yourself.
I'm
Seriously,
super
man. I was just
excited.
thinking about it. I'm like, damn, bro. This is like for real.
When
like,
is that coming
legit.
up? May?
Yeah, so we're doing the premiere. The actual premiere is in Houston, May 4th, and then we're doing a screening here May 12th.
May 12th.
In Delray, and then the next time we're showing is actually in LA. I just don't have the dates yet.
So can you tell us the name of the movie once again, and who are the main characters?
So the name of the movie is The Squad: Rise of the Chicano Squad, and it is the true story about the first Houston police Chicano squad that they were put together to go into the immigrant communities and basically say, look, we're not here about your diplomatic status. We're here to make the neighborhood safe. And it's a wild story with a lot of action. We got Tyler Gallant, who's in, he's in General Hospital. He's in Young and the Restless or something like that. We have Mike Gassaway. We have Robert Lasardo, who's been on the show.
Yep, Robert Lasardo.
Tyler's on the show too.
Tyler's Tyler was on the show, and Tyler's coming to the show, to the Florida show. So he'll be here.
So we'll have him
All
come in the
right.
studio.
Well,
Yes.
I gotta dress
And that's
extra
the first
special
time
that day.
this is the first time I've actually said it because I've been posting who's going to be there online. So yes, it is official. Tyler Gallant will be at the showing. Bruce Socia called me yesterday and said he's going to be there.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
He'll be in the house. That's going to be cool.
I can't wait to see one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, listen.
I'm waiting to
Clear
see
your schedule.
Tyler.
It's going to be a night.
I saw the little comment he put up.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take that version out.
Oh, it's going to be great. Yeah. So,
So this is Robert Lasardo. Yeah, we were showing, for those of you that cannot see, we're showing a clip. And, we never really
There's
say
Kenny.
this all the time. We have to actually say every time we are live on the radio, we are also filming ourselves. And you can see us live. So what we are watching, you're listening, you can't see. But we do encourage you, to go ahead. You can go on your phone and see us. You can go to our YouTube page, the 6th Borough Power Hour. You can go to Facebook and see us on
any
there.
social media platforms of ours you could see us on.
Yeah, so if you don't want to miss our facial expressions, you don't want to miss what we're saying, and it just means so much more when you see us live because we're just hysterical
They
sometimes.
can't see us drinking out of our Mag Chop Kenny mug.
There you go.
Exactly.
Finally. I think he's got a waiting list. I got one after 3 weeks.
The drink tastes better just out of this cup. It's just so random. It's so weird.
yeah, it's
The
a
last 2 weeks I
comfortable
was drinking
one.
out of a bumblebee cup. I finally got my Mag Chop cup.
Yep. And let me tell you, speaking of the squad and the Mag Chop mugs, there is a mug in the movie The Squad.
Oh, yeah.
So this is actually the one I have. It's called Writer's Dimension. That's the name of the piece. So that one's in the movie. But I put my products in every movie I'm in.
But that's how you get started. You put your products and then they ask you to be in the movie.
Hey, bro, what is mine
that's
called?
That's what's been working.
Maybe
That one is called
maybe
Intrusive
that should
Thoughts.
be my angle. I'll make some
Intrusive
kind of product.
Thoughts?
Say, I'm going
Yeah.
to put this in your movie. Put me in it.
All right, I'm just going to call it a cup. But nonetheless, you can.
He's like too deep for him, huh? So May
already
12th
forgot
down
what
in
he called
Florida. Call in the station. What's the number?
Call in tonight,
888-994.
4995 Studio
Studio
A.
A.
And see if you can be the winner of the 2 tickets to the opening and seeing the movie The Squad.
Yeah.
We
Come
also
hang out with us.
Yeah,
we
bro, that's
also
like
have
super
the
exciting.
premiere for the Mob King coming up, and he's going to come on before.
Yes, the month of May has a lot of different premieres that are happening. Gravesend has their Mob King, The Squad. We've been very much supportive of having their cast members on our show.
Yes.
And, being supportive of the arts community. So that's what we're about, right? I mean, we do a lot
Absolutely.
of that.
Oh, yeah.
Who else do you have to share with us? Anything new and exciting, or should I say?
I have actually bad news.
You have bad news.
I have bad news.
Bearer of bad news.
I don't know if anybody realized this, but Jerry Springer passed away.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible news.
Yeah, he did
Jerry
the show in
Springer.
Chicago, but he was like a governor at one time.
100%. He was a
Connecticut.
judge.
He was the mayor of Connecticut.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, and then he got into, and he was the man when it came to. Let me tell you, we watched his show every day in jail.
So did I.
In the morning, we would.
I think I'm on the wrong show, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what's going on here.
That
They
and
say you're
Sister,
as good as
Sister.
your surroundings.
That's a trademark.
All right,
That's
great.
a
We're
trademark in
surrounded.
prison. The
Yes,
Jerry
it
Denise,
Springer
quick.
Show.
Jerry Springer.
Can we cut to a commercial?
We'll be back.
Can we shout out to our sponsors?
We're all about making sure we give second opportunities, second
100%
chances.
clear. We're on a rehoming program.
You ever
Reform.
hear of the Second Chance Act? This is it.
This is it.
This is it.
Listen, the show always was centered around someone telling their story
Right.
and
Absolutely.
how they.
No, you cannot judge in regards to every situation is different. There's heartfelt situations.
Yeah.
So it's not like he
Yeah.
was convicted of anything. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? He was accused. What else is new?
But back to
Nobody
Jerry.
accused
Listen,
people.
I got a story about Jerry. That I
Oh,
read
boy.
about.
Oh, boy.
He remember when he was on Dancing with the Stars?
Yes.
His daughter is legally blind and deaf in one ear, so he
Well,
got
at least you didn't see him die.
he got
Oh my goodness!
What? I'll be here all week.
But
I'll be here
that
all
was
week.
low.
Thank you.
He got-
Give me a
he got-
call. If
he
you didn't
got-
like that joke, call in.
And she didn't
If
hear
you didn't
about
like
it
that
here.
joke, call
got-
in. Want to make sure the viewers are listening, okay? What happened, bro?
I'm telling
Did
you,
she
right?
hear him die, or only
I'm
heard
tell-
half of what he was
I'm
doing?
telling a heartfelt story here. and you
I
guys-
apologize.
Oh,
I
my
apologize.
Oh my goodness!
I'm
We
Rest in
sorry,
peace,
guys.
Jerry. But
make a
anyway,
disclaimer. They all apologize.
he went and got the coach that he had, his partner in Dancing with the Stars, to teach him and his daughter a dance for her wedding.
Oh.
Yeah, that's heartfelt. Anyway, my joke was totally awesome. Way more than heartfelt. Who cares? She's dead. You know what I mean? And
He's
she's alive,
going
talking
to
about,
send
"I
Steve
didn't see nothing."
Wilkos to come see you.
Yeah.
Listen, he is actually the pioneer, or should we say the godfather of this
Absolutely.
crazy daytime reality
You couldn't
show.
stop watching it. It was
Yep.
addictive.
Actually, he wasn't. The originator was.
Geraldo
There you
Rivera.
go.
oh yeah,
When he had
Geraldo.
that
And then he
big
got
brawl
punched
with
in the
the
face and he
KKK?
quit, right?
And then Jerry took over.
And then wait, what about
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
guy? There was another guy before Geraldo. I don't know what his name was, but he had a big mouth and his logo was a big mouth.
Oh, yeah. Morton Downey Jr.
Morton Downey
Morton Downey
Jr.
Jr.
He was
He's
a
the original.
He was a maniac.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, he was crazy.
When I was a kid watching it, I was like glued to TV going, oh my God, he's an adult version of me. He just didn't shut up, bro.
Yeah, that guy would not shut
He
up.
was a maniac.
I remember when he went on WWF and he sprayed Roddy Piper with a fire
remember
extinguisher. It was great.
And yeah,
All right, we're showing our age right
Yeah,
now. on
for
this
real.
No, it's
show.
okay though. We think wrestling's real. If you don't think wrestling's real, call in. We want to engage with you.
There
Oh,
he is.
there he is.
Smoking on the air.
That's
and
him.
he always had a
Oh, I
cigarette.
love
That's
it.
right.
He didn't even care. I think that's it. Look, it's not even his hair he had on. It had someone else's. But he looked so good. It wasn't his hair.
Is he
it
still
wasn't his
alive?
teeth. He
Look
was
that
ahead of
up.
his
I don't
time.
know.
Garcia, is he still alive?
Garcia knows all.
If he is,
He's
let's
our
get him
Google.
on the show.
Well, he needs to come
Garcia
on.
Google.
Come on.
Hey, wait a minute. He must be retired in Boca by now. Come on, he's
gotta
right
be.
on the corner. He's over in Meisner Park having a coffee, complaining.
He's coming to your event this weekend.
Coming to my, yeah, exactly. Baruch Hashem, what's up?
You know, Jerry Springer, though, for my thoughts, I think he really went to the next level because I don't remember in
Yeah.
those shows people starting to fight and jump each other.
I loved it.
And then, you know, when Jerry Springer, you had to
Yeah.
have like guards out there. And
Oh, yeah.
And it's true that whenever you met somebody and they had a crazy backstory, the first thing you said is, "Yeah, that's Jerry Springer crap."
Yo, he died
Passed
in
away in
2001.
2001.
Died a while ago.
Oh, wow.
I guess he can't
Lung
come on the
cancer
show.
from smoking, but he was a he was
a
the
madman.
best. Any young
Yeah.
kid should definitely Google him, watch him. He was out of control.
Yeah.
You couldn't stop watching.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, those were crazy shows. So, you know what? Condolences to his family.
Yes.
Jerry Springer, thank you so much for sharing your talent with us. You certainly made your footprint in history
Thank you
with
for
your
those.
shows.
Thank
Yeah,
you for
and
those
let me be
mornings.
honest,
Thank you for those mornings for all of us guys that were locked up.
Yeah.
And I checked the social media.
Exactly.
Not one person said anything negative about him.
No,
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Not one like, oh, that Jerry, blah blah blah.
no, he was a
Nothing.
good.
All
Was a really
positive.
good man.
He was ultimately a very great host of all, but always try to have a message too. I mean,
Yeah.
he was pretty good in doing that.
Yeah,
His
so take
closing-
care of
what was his
Take
closing-
care of yourself
my closing
and each
thought?
other.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what he used to say. Absolutely.
Imagine this. Jerry Springer is loved as much as Mr. Rogers.
Oh dear,
Oh, Mr. Rogers was the best, right?
Mr. Rogers, I
Only
tell
when
you.
Eddie Murphy did the bit on it. That was just a.
Oh my God!
Do you know
Mr.
Mr.
Rogers.
Rogers' car got stolen and the thieves found out it was
And it
his
was
car
and it was Kenny.
and they brought it back.
Oh, not from
I
the
left the
Chicano-
letter
Only
and
Kenny
everything.
would know that.
Was
I
it
left the letter and everything.
Chicano squad? Was it
That's who busted him.
Mira, ¿qué pasó? Mi amigo. No,
Mis-
bueno.
Mr. Rogers came out and found his car on blocks. Kenny's got. I got to look rich.
He's like, oh, mira, ¿qué pasó, mi amigo?
Shoot, we took Mr. Rogers' car. Senor Rogers.
Gotta bring it
Senor
back.
Rogers, take a
So they
cup,
brought
I'm
it. They brought
sorry.
it back.
They brought it
Sorry,
back. Yes,
take a
that's
cup.
actually a
How
true
can
story.
you steal from Mr. Rogers?
I know, how
Right.
could you?
I know.
That's disgusting.
I would always think that he'd send those
Is
weird
it your
little things
people
from
who did this?
the land of make believe after me.
I would just tell you, he actually was a very special person. The movie it was made, Tom.
I never
Hanks,
saw that.
think,
I heard
was
it was
that
good.
did him acted like him. Anyway, I don't know. Let me rephrase what I just said. However,
Kenny, you catch
everyone.
everything. I
This
just
is what
look
I'm
at you.
dealing with on Friday nights. There he is.
Tom Hanks.
No, you're right. There he is.
It's the Rogers. Yep, the red
in the
sweater.
neighborhood, a wonderful day in the neighborhood.
Oh
I don't
my
know, if you
goodness.
ask me, Pee Wee Herman was a legend. You know what I mean?
Oh, he got in big trouble. Oh, yeah.
Before the
Who?
knuckle shuffle.
Pee Wee Herman.
You know.
Yeah, he was Pee Wee
theater
shuffling in
shuffle.
the wrong
No, I'm
place.
saying in regards to his show, dude, it was pretty whimsical to keep the kids entertained and what have
His
you.
show
and
was
had
good.
The adult humor on top of it.
But
with
look,
nonsense.
remember his suit, the tight suit?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Right. That's what kids wear.
one we made
Everybody's
fun of?
wearing them now.
My daughter's boyfriend showed up to
My-
my house
my-
dressed up
my-
like
my
that.
son-in-law,
An outfit that
my
fit
future
four
son-
sizes too small. And then when you were a kid, remember when you got hand-me-downs? That meant like, or you were
Yeah.
growing out of your jeans and you had floods.
Yeah.
That's what they're wearing now.
Yeah, that's what they're
And they're
wearing,
like, it's
suits.
European. We're
People
like,
get dressed up
No,
to go
the
out, and they're
parents
wearing
don't
these
fit.
suits, two
Yeah.
sizes too small.
Yeah, I mean, these guys. I see these guys walking around. Their pants are so tight. I swear. They blow a
yeah,
fart.
the
It's gonna look like
skinny
a
jeans.
rat running down their leg.
oh yeah, no, they love it.
Jeez.
But the problem with the skinny jeans, the squeeze is everywhere. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Every
goodness.
time I'm walking, it's like, a little "How's your father" on my undercarriage. You know what I mean? Am I allowed to say that?
Finokes everywhere. Finokes
Oh,
everywhere.
Jesus. So, we have, this is what happens with this
Can't
group.
help you.
He can't, but he's a great guy. I love him. So, anywho, we have a great rest of our show. Now that you got enough of this dosage between all four of us here, we have introducing our regular segment, our lifestyle segment here, that is going to be with Lisa and Brian.
How you doing, guys?
They're here with us live, and they have something
Welcome back.
very interesting
I see
to
wine.
share.
I see wine over there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Alcohol.
welcome, you guys. Lisa, tell us a little bit about yourself real quick.
Hello, I'm Lisa, and this is Brian. No, I'm a fitness expert, life coach. I have my own TV show called Good Morning Workout with Lisa. And now I also have one with Brian called Best Version of You. I love helping people. I love coaching people, training people. And I trained Denise today, and she did amazing. Back,
Did you take a
chest,
clip?
and abs. I sent it to you.
Oh, you did. Okay, we'll
Yes.
see if we can get that up there.
She did awesome. She's super strong. And then we did a great talk on breast cancer awareness and helping people to remember to get their mammograms. And then we also talked about men being diagnosed with breast cancer and HPV virus, which is another interesting topic. I know I'm going off subject here, but men, go to the doctors when you're sick, because a friend of mine just got diagnosed with throat cancer that came from the HPV virus that he never got tested for. But he had a throat ache and he couldn't swallow or talk for a couple months. Never went to the doctor. Like, what is wrong with men?
Same
Why don't
thing
you
happened to
guys
my
ever
brother.
go to the doctor?
It's just a male thing, unless the finger's hanging off.
No, really. What
Yeah,
is
no,
it with
it's like
men?
a scam.
Are all men like that or
Yeah,
what?
pretty much.
We don't like
here
hearing bad news.
That's what Brian and I were
Yeah.
talking about
Yeah.
on the way here. You heard what he said? We don't want to hear bad news. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, we kind of make your own diagnosis.
Right.
I'm good.
Right,
Yeah.
until my body stops. Baby, I gotta go. What's wrong? I don't know. I can't breathe. Like that. Other than that, I'm like, girl, I'm good. You feel a little lightheaded, sit down,
But-
glass of water, walk
But
it
preventive
off.
maintenance is the best way, though. Preventive.
But I do have a sliver. Can I get a Band-Aid? What?
No.
I
Get
think we
yourself
talked about
checked,
that.
remember?
Yeah, we did talk about. It was a great workout, first of all. It's
Do we
what
have
they call-
footage? I don't believe
Yeah,
you.
we're going to see if we can get footage up on there.
Yeah, put the breast. What was the breast one? What was that one?
Yes,
Chest,
please.
chest.
I apologize.
She's
Yeah,
very
breast.
top
I didn't
heavy.
know
I
what it
mean,
was.
very strong up top.
Let's just see. What is
She is very strong.
She
and
is?
She has
never had her-
muscle
what about the-
memory
the
because
next
she
week?
worked out her whole life. Which, by the way, I saw your Instagram account.
You stay off
Have
my
you
social-
guys ever seen his abs?
Never,
Oh,
no, never.
Joe hates it. I ride the motorcycle.
No, never.
Wait, his whole Instagram account is women everywhere and six-pack abs.
Yeah,
everywhere.
brother.
That's all I
Stay
see.
single, son. Yo, you hear that? Exactly. Nobody yelling and screaming. Where you at?
I
Where
gotta
you
show
been?
you. Perfect six-pack.
Yeah.
So what do you do workout-wise? You work out every day or what?
Yeah, the key, if I may, is that there's no excuses. So in regards to whether I have a gym membership, and I barely go to the gym because what I do is that I have like in my garage with my cars, my motorcycle, nonsense. I get motivated, and then I have the dumbbells right there. So I rock it out like that. You know what I mean? Okay. And then I just think of things that make me angry, and I'm into like superheroes, what have you. So I have all that nonsense, like the Hulk's there, and I'm like, oh, break yourself. You know
That's a
what I mean?
nice little man cave he's got.
Yeah,
over
bro,
there.
I got a little man kid. Joe's been there. You know what I mean?
But abs are created in the kitchen. You know that, right? I'm sure you eat very clean.
I don't eat clean at all, to be honest with
Really?
you. I skip a meal.
Oh, intermittent fasting?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
but
skip
that
a
does
meal.
work.
In the morning, I drink a lot of coffee. I eat by 1 o'clock. But I do stick to straight protein normally. And protein and carbs, to be honest with you. But I can eat McDonald's. I can do whatever I want. To be honest with you, I
But
can eat
you
whatever.
count your calories or
No, I don't count
No.
anything. The key is I don't
Good for
stop.
you.
If I
Right.
may.
That's right.
Right.
So if you ever see my social media, like, yo, this guy's, what the hell's he doing? He doesn't
Right.
stop.
You're-
So that's what I do.
Yeah.
Well, he's constantly going 500 miles an hour,
Yeah.
so
Right.
he's burning.
You got to the point where you don't have to like watch what you eat.
Yeah.
I don't have to watch what I eat because I can eat whatever I like, but I burn it off, and I don't eat a full meal. Let's say I went to your house and you're like firing off, let's say your mother was like an Italian, like it, firing
Right.
off the big. I can't eat it. I'll stop you right now. I only can eat a little bit all day. That's
Right.
how I do.
That's like you. You eat whatever you want.
Yeah,
you
pretty
never
much.
gain weight.
No.
So you were impressed by my social media?
Very
Oh, okay,
impressed.
just checking. All right.
Super six-pack.
But in regards, I've been on, let's say, social media dating sites, and the women think that it's not me. They're like, you know,
I was
like,
gonna
hey,
ask,
how you
is
doing?
it
They're like,
your
that's
six-pack
not
we're
you.
looking at?
That's someone else. I'm like, okay.
No, and you're very active. Like, I always see you at events.
Yeah, that's
you
what I do for a
work
living.
a lot. You do
Yeah.
a lot. I was very impressed.
Yeah, I do like a lot of
Good
big events. I'm a
job.
host. That's what I do.
Yeah, yeah.
I eat everything
That's
I want
great.
to.
Well, I actually can say that we had a great workout. This is week 3 for us.
Right.
So we're doing this 12-week challenge, calling it the Meta Transformation. Is that
Yeah.
what we're calling it? And it's not just, of course, physical, but we've been talking about mental commitment and being accountable, being prepared, and just embracing quite a bit of the background. And the setting is just amazing. But we're going to go to a commercial break, and then we'll be back. And I know that she has something special for us and how to drink in the 6th Borough. Stay tuned.
I know how to drink.
All right, check it out. We're going to a commercial. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Pizza Rica, Fat Pickle, and Hideaway. 6th Borough. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the True Oldies Channel. The True Oldies Channel welcomes back West Palm Beach's #1 music festival, Sunfest, featuring The Killers.
Somebody told me you had a boyfriend.
Jack Johnson.
Seems to me that maybe
Ziggy Marley. 311. And more. Sunfest 2023 is May 5th through the 7th. A weekend packed with music, food, drinks, attractions, and breathtaking views. VIP, 3-day, and single-day tickets are available now at sunfest.com. Or we have tickets too. Just register to win at trueoldiesfla.com. Dance to the rhythm of the music at Sunfest in downtown West Palm Beach this May 5th through the 7th. Sponsored in part by South Florida Ford. Join the True Oldies Channel Saturday, May 6th for Kentucky Derby Fest at the Palm Beach Kennel Club. It's the best party south of Churchill Downs, so you know the TOC has got to be there. The True Oldies Channel street team alongside horse handicapper Benny the Boot will be on site from noon to 2:30 doing our famous free-to-enter handicapping contest and giving away a 3-day, 2-night cruise aboard the Margaritaville at Sea. Plus a huge outdoor TV screen, trackside barbecue, mint julep stations, Kentucky Derby hat contest, live music, and plenty of giveaways. The only way to celebrate the Kentucky Derby is with the True Oldies Channel at the Palm Beach Kennel Club. And hey, a chance to win a free cruise aboard the Margaritaville at Sea isn't too shabby either.
down the stretch they come in the Derby.
It's the 149th annual Run for the Roses. Does Forte have what it takes to bring home the Kentucky Derby crown? Find out Saturday, May 6th at the Palm Beach Kennel Club with your friends from the True Oldies Channel. Follow Oldies on social media. See what's happening in the community. Have a laugh with some funny memes. And keep in touch with other good time oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at True Oldies FLA. That's at True Oldies FLA.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com.
The Hideaway of Palm Beach. Free food all night from our gourmet kitchen. Drink and dance specials all night. Exclusive private VIP rooms. Top shelf bottle specials. The Hideaway Palm Beach. Come meet our top-notch bartenders and servers. And of course, the most beautiful entertainers in Palm Beach. The Hideaway. Palm Beach's hidden gem. The secret is out. The Hideaway Palm Beach. Located at 1152 Old Okeechobee Road, West Palm Beach. Open 4 p.m. to 5 a.m. 7 days a week. The Hideaway of Palm Beach.
All right, so check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the sexiest place to be every single Friday night from 6:30 to 8:30, right here on iHeartRadio, the 6th Borough. We got my boy Mag Job Kenny. We got Denise Cassell. We got Joe Rubo. And ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nico. Denise, take it away.
I got it. I just love the way he does that little intro. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So as I said, we actually have... Oh.
Nobody can hear you.
There we go. I have to have the mic on. That would be helpful, wouldn't
Take
it, Joe?
two.
Take two. Let's start all over. So, welcome to the show. After this commercial break, we're going to go right back to where we are in this the 6th Borough segment of this show, where we are with Lisa and Brian, and they are going to share with us how to drink healthy here in the 6th Borough. So, Lisa, Brian, take it away.
Okay, we are here having a nice glass of Chardonnay. Cheers, my love. Cheers, everybody. You can drink wine.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Chin chin.
Oh, here we are.
So before we talk, let's hear what everybody's drinking in this room.
I'm drinking a Sprite. That's over there.
I played the
in a cup.
fifth.
I had 4 Red Bulls on my way here, so I'm ready to go.
Thanks for asking. I'm drinking ice water.
Are you really?
No, it's whiskey and...
No, it's
You know what? I don't know what it is, this one. It's
really
I had
good.
whiskey
Don't get
in the
near an
other
open
one.
flame, all right?
But when I hand my cup off, Freddie goes away, and then he comes back, and he says, hey, I have something new for you.
It's probably moonshine. Look at that.
And
Look at that
what?
little vato over there.
It's
He's
whiskey.
keeping it real.
Whatever it is, it's really good.
What do you think it might
What's with the whiskey? Is there
It's usually
a
moonshine.
mix something?
Just
Normally
tastes
I
good.
drink whiskey, like I drink Jack and Ginger or
Tastes
whatever.
good when it hits
Okay.
his lips.
You know, that's normally...
No,
but-
I'm asking that for a question that
Yeah.
we'll answer later. Go ahead. What are you drinking?
The same thing that he's drinking. I don't know what it is.
3 different whiskeys?
3 whiskeys.
No wonder why you guys are all so hyper all the time.
Whiskey, I don't drink
Whiskey
it.
and Diet Coke. What?
Oh, okay. Whiskey and Diet Coke.
Oh, Diet Coke.
It's
Joe,
Diet
if you
Coke.
lose any more weight, let me tell you right now, she's been training you behind my back, bro. I swear to God.
I know.
When you walked in, I looked like your young brother. You know what I
No,
mean?
he looks like remember the movie Big?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, and the guy shrunk. I told him right away, I'll buy you clothes immediately because those look like I don't know what the heck.
Joe's gotten so thin that when he turns to the side, he's invisible.
He can fit on the
that's
side of
not
the
good.
TV. You know what I
I'm
mean?
not buying clothes to lose 23 more pounds. Then
I don't think that's healthy at this
Yeah,
point.
no, man, bro, you've been losing weight like crazy.
I don't know, it doesn't look bad on him.
I don't
You
know,
look good.
Lisa.
Bad,
You look
but I
good.
think you know.
Yeah.
It's working.
Do you
So
feel good? How do you feel?
I feel good, really good. Yeah, just a little tired, but at the end
But
of the
maybe
day.
that's telling you something. How,
Yeah.
how tall are you?
5'8".
And how much you weigh?
Right now, I weigh 223.
Oh, okay. So
I was-
no, you're.
I was-
but maybe you lost it in what time period?
Oh, it took. Well, I've been losing it over the last 10 years. I've lost 114
Oh,
pounds.
so that's
But
fine.
the last couple of months, it's been like, right, guys?
yeah.
It's just been coming off like crazy.
yeah,
I
like
stepped
how
up-
much?
I
in the,
stepped up my workout.
so
that's
in
why.
2 months, you've lost how much?
Probably about 35 pounds.
Oh, yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, it
Because they
is.
say lose about 8 to 10 a month.
Yeah.
So if you're losing that drastically, that's not too
Yeah.
good.
I'm
And if you're
I'm gonna
feeling
go-
tired, that's another
I'm gonna go get
sign.
checked.
Yeah,
Get your
go
advice
get your
for
blood
that,
work. Yeah. So anyway, let's talk about mixing alcohol, my love.
Mixing alcohol
With what?
with working out,
How do we drink it?
healthy living.
Brian's the alcoholic in the family. He'll talk. No, not really.
We are actually big wine drinkers.
We
quite
are.
frankly, yeah.
So really quickly, Lisa, what you do, and Brian, how is it that you work together with Lisa?
How do I work together? She's my better half.
On the same topics?
So hold on a second. They fraternize. That means you're a couple. Is that correct? You guys have like
That is
relations
correct,
or what
yes.
have you?
It's correct,
Okay.
right?
But you're not related. You just have relations. Just making sure.
He's my kissing cousin.
There.
There you go. I knew it. Have another drink.
So I see a lot of good stuff over there.
We want to understand what's happening. Like here we are in South Florida, more specific at the 6th Borough, because everyone who's lived somewhere has always moved down here. We are the 6th Borough, and it's hot, and we're always outdoors. And we want to maintain a level of drinking that I guess fits a healthy diet.
Right.
So, what do you recommend, or don't recommend?
Moderation.
Moderation.
Very
Okay,
true.
that's a key
Yeah.
word.
That's the key.
That's the most important thing. You can, in my opinion, you can drink probably whatever you like, but
Okay.
in moderation. You know.
Hear that?
She heard drink. So
So
it's
like drink
ding,
a lot on
ding, ding,
Thursday
ding,
and not as much on
ding,
Friday.
all right.
You know, I'm not the younger version of myself anymore, so you know,
Yeah,
you gotta like.
that's a good point.
I feel like
you
I'm
can't-
getting younger.
Well,
I feel like that too.
I feel the same way. So I try to go out drinking.
Well, and
Then I realize I'm not.
I can go out drinking.
but that's
get
a
up the
good
next day and go to
point
work.
we need to talk
delusional.
about. Drinking as we age, because the younger we are, we can drink and drink all night and, wake up and go to work all day and feel okay. The older we get, and we were talking about this today, our hormones change, men and women, and you can't drink as much. And you can talk about that, like testosterone and my hormones, and since we're over the age of 30.
well, I like to enjoy drinking now. You know what I mean? I don't drink to get drunk.
That's
But
really
isn't-
interesting.
But isn't that enjoying drinking?
Not in my opinion.
No, neither one of us
it's
like
a big,
getting
huge
drunk.
difference. It's a huge difference, you know.
But that's a big, that right there is a very profound statement. You can drink because you are enjoying it
yeah,
Right.
in the moderation
Like a
state.
glass of wine. Yeah, I understand.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and as opposed to like taking it to the next level and you can't remember your name.
yeah. You know, on the harder stuff, the spirits, we'll call them, the whiskey, the tequila, vodka. Those are the choices for, like, I'll call it healthy lifestyle, because it's less calories. It doesn't have the sugars. You know, it's not mixed with all the fruity drinks. That,
Well, that's why I asked the question,
Of what we were drinking.
what are you
Yeah.
drinking with your
You're not
whiskey?
gonna even
Because
answer my
too
next
many
question.
people
Yeah.
drink these. We have whiskey here, vodka here, tequila here. Zero fat and calories. I mean, very few calories. You're not going to get fat at all with any of this alcohol. Even if you drink 10 of these, it doesn't matter. But it's what you mix it with. If you're mixing it with pineapple drink, juices, and all that fattening stuff, like
Sugary
the Kahlua
stuff.
with cream, the Irish cream whiskey, whatever, cognac and whatever cream. That's what you have to be careful about. So drink it straight, which it might not taste as
What
good.
about beer, hypothetically? People that I know that I can tell a beer drinker belly.
Right.
Mhm, yeah. Beer's a lot heavier. You know, a lot more calories.
I hate beer.
Yeah.
Bro, you look like you're 9 months
Oh,
pregnant.
yeah?
Wow, drink more beer.
Right.
Hey, a lot of bodybuilders, weightlifters actually drink vodka before competitions. You know,
Really? Why is
Because
that?
it retains water retention, gets you that cut look.
Really?
Yeah.
So drink more vodka.
Drink more vodka.
Yeah, it's true though.
Tito's.
I have found that first of all, those small bottles, again, everyone, I know for those of you that are listening, you can't see what we're talking about, so I'll be descriptive. But again, we can't encourage you enough to want to make sure that you see us live. Because
Yeah,
again,
Denise
it's,
is beautiful. Let me tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, you're missing the whole show. All right?
Oh,
she's in the
you're
middle
too
of a
sweet.
transformation. I don't know exactly what she's transforming because she's perfect just the way she is, and you guys are missing it. So
Aw.
all the
Wow.
viewers, man, you got to check her out. That's what's up.
okay, I'll pay you later.
Where's this workout video?
I want to see the workout video. But going back to
Yeah, there's so much more to cover about alcohol.
yeah. Well, first of all, the little bottles. I just love them. They're so cute.
I just brought little ones to show you, like.
Alcoholics look classy. I love
Right?
No, but going back to something that I said earlier, you could drink 10 of these. The truth is, come on, if you're healthy and you're exercising and to get a six-pack or look healthy or fit, you cannot drink in excess and wake up the next day and work out and feel good. So like me, that I train clients every day and I'm teaching classes, I can't drink more than 2 glasses of wine or I'm hungover and I can't even work out the next day. Then you have dehydration.
Oh,
People
yeah.
are dehydrated. You talk about the heat in South Florida. It's so hot. We were working out outside today. You were talking about today.
Which we have the video. We have the video.
Yeah, we have the video and we'll show it, but it was so hot. So if you're going, oh, there we go. Yay. Look how pretty it is outside.
Get a little sound on there or no?
No sound.
No sound?
No
What are you
sound.
saying?
To be honest with you, Joe, we don't really care what they're saying, Joe. Focus. We got 2 ladies half dressed. Wait,
That
girls
wasn't
stand
the
up.
workout. That was the
Let me
talking
narrate
one.
this. They're just
The other
sitting on
one
the
has
grass
you
in the
working
field.
out in it.
All
We
right,
were talking. We were stretching.
Oh, is
That's
that what this is?
that's the hip stretch for the piriformis muscle.
Yo, Joe, you don't like you watch those movies by yourself on the internet? You fast forward, bro?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you should talk about dehydration. When you moved here and we were drinking a little bit.
When I
too
moved here,
much.
still
Yeah, but
2 years into it, I'm sweating like a.
Yeah, because you're from
I'm from Oregon.
Oregon.
Listen,
right,
get
exactly.
some coconut water, and that solves the problem.
Yeah, but that's
Trust
so
me.
Yeah?
true.
I know.
Coconut water.
Electrolytes.
I would know.
I like
I'm telling you.
Pedialyte personally.
Yeah, anything with electrolytes because regular water is not going to hydrate you. That's what people don't
I
understand.
think the people from the squad, don't they take like oil baths to get their, like, you know what I mean, Chicano oil going?
We drink
Don't they do
J-Lo's
that, those
milk
people,
bath
you
milk.
people? What did you say?
Man, he said he's greasy.
I'll tell you, I went to Vegas and I drank a lot. It took me a week to recover.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't, and like if these couple of drinks tonight is it for me. I won't drink again
And
until next week.
haven't you
schmanned
noticed
last
the
night.
healthier you get, the less
Tolerable.
calories you need that the alcohol hits you?
Because it's poison going in your
Of
body.
course.
Exactly.
Is
Right.
it better than
You're
drinking
poisoning your body.
on the rocks and no mixer?
I cannot hang.
Yes.
Well, there's a reason they call it.
Well, that was a very good
Calorie-wise-
question that we just had. What was the question?
Is it better to drink it on the rocks? So that's what you wanted to talk about with the different alcohols.
Ain't no more juice
Yeah, calorie wise,
on the rock.
just a straight up
do it.
hard alcohol is way better for you.
Hard alcohol is way better for you?
No,
never
straight
do
up on
Then
the
the
rocks
juice.
without
Straight up
mixers.
on the
You know what I mean?
Ryan, we would never be able to do the show then.
No.
No.
Little
That's what makes the
sips,
show
little
great.
sips. Moderation, right? You got to make the cup last the whole
I mean,
show.
Honestly, for options down here, for drinking, you're recommending the hard liquors such as the whiskey, and we have the vodka, and we have also tequila. Drinking it straight up is what you're saying is the most efficient way to drink it to avoid calories and whatnot, right?
Right.
Right.
Well, here's a question
Hold
we
on,
have.
time out. Got to say hi to Jason. Speaking of Vegas,
Yeah, Jason, so what's up?
Wendy, say hi to our
Jason.
people.
Hi,
Wendy.
hi, Wendy,
Hi.
hi,
What's going on?
Say hi
Jason.
to everybody
Listening
so
or
they
tuning
keep
in?
commenting.
Oh, that's a team
Hi,
from the
hi.
Hi.
So here's the question that I have for all of you viewers. Is this the camera I'm looking at?
Viewers and listeners. let's
Okay,
go.
what's more important to all of you? To affect your liver or to be healthier or to get drunk, to stay alive, to like really, seriously? We're telling you to drink hard liquor, but the truth is hard alcohol is going to kill you a lot faster than wine. So here is what
No,
you
we're not
said.
telling you
Everything
to
in
drink
moderation. Everything in
The whole
moderation.
show's been a lie. I feel like it's my childhood.
Listen, wine is better for you, right?
Well, but that was the second point I was getting at. Wine really isn't better for you because people drink too much wine.
But wait a
So
minute. Like,
You
is
must
it
know
supposed
my
to be
ex-wife.
It's supposed to be like a glass of red wine.
right, a glass, which
Right.
is 4 or 5 ounces. Nobody drinks a glass. Like we women who say we have one glass of wine at home, it's really like 9 ounces.
It's a bottle.
It's not like 4 or 5.
Right.
So when you ask me the question, is wine healthier? Wine's healthier if you have one little glass. But most people don't. And then wine is filled with sugar. So would you want to be fat or do you want to die of liver disease? That's
Hard choices.
No, I mean, I hate to say it that way.
That's an easy choice.
No, but it's really crazy because alcohol really isn't healthy for you. But like Brian said, in moderation.
I enjoy the taste of wine better.
Right.
But if I enjoy the taste of wine better, but if I'm going out or going out to some event or night event or whatever, something on the the harder side,
Right.
I'll sip it. I don't.
But I don't
drink
know.
it.
I
sip
think
it.
I might have said this to you guys last time. My grandmother used to drink like a shot of wine every night before she went to bed.
Because it was one glass.
She lived to
probably.
94 years old.
Yeah.
And that's healthy for your heart.
Yeah.
But the problem is, honestly, think about it. If you live in Europe, the European people,
That's all they drink. Yeah.
their proportions are not like
As big as
ours.
ours, yeah.
American people do everything large,
excess,
so that's
yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you go to Texas, forget about it. Chicken nuggets are like this
Softballs.
freaking big, man. It's ridiculous.
Turkey.
Well, wine is fine. Wine is fine, but liquor is quicker.
Listen,
That's
I'm gonna
true.
stick to whiskey, and
I'm a whiskey guy myself.
and there's 3 of them in here, so.
But there's another very important point. Are you drinking to escape life and mask all your problems? Or are you drinking, like what Brian's saying, to enjoy? If you're drinking wine to enjoy your meal, or you go to an event like Brian just said and you have one glass and you're walking around sipping it, the problem is people are masking their pain with alcohol, drugs, sex, gambling. That's really the heart
Great
of the
point,
matter.
If you are,
Great
if
point.
you are, give us a call. Maybe we can help you. Okay, clearly with the Joe. What did you say? The sex
All right, hold
part
on, let me
and
call.
the, gambling. If you guys have problems, you can definitely,
No, but it is true.
No, but
You
is
need
it
to
true?
look at that.
It is very true. And I think that also a component to someone's personality, whether you have an addictive personality type or whatever, it takes much more discipline to understand what you're saying, to drink in moderation
Right.
and responsibly above all things. But I know for me personally, I'm not a big drinker, never was. If I drink water, a lot of water while I'm having fun drinking, I will actually survive the
I don't
next
think I've
day.
ever seen you tipsy.
I don't really. Well, here's the magical thing
I have a
about
camera
me.
Saturday.
Hold on a second. People don't.
I don't want to miss it.
So wait, I can actually drink tequila. Okay, I have a love-hate relationship with
We have a
tequila.
shot of tequila over here.
We do. Here you go. Here you
The
go.
cute little non-alcoholic.
So this is what happens, and this is very true for myself personally. Everyone has one alcohol that will send you to another place that you don't even remember being at.
That's tequila. For me.
Tequila.
Right.
Tequila, right? So
right.
for me, it is tequila, and you will never tell that I'm actually not that I'm actually really toasted. Like I don't know, but I'm acting normal.
You know something?
But next morning, I won't know what happened.
We still have
Yeah.
another hour of the show. If you take a couple
Just
sips
the theory.
and let's see if you change. Maybe it'd be fun. We could do a.
No, I've been known. I've actually been known. And
We'll
like,
do another workout.
Tomorrow, what happened?
I've been known, so I was like, did I have
know
fun
from
last
where?
night?
Oh yeah,
No one in
yeah.
this room
That's
knows.
tequila,
Give me the drink
tequila.
Right now. Let's see if it happens. We're
No,
gonna-
it won't
Oh,
happen,
drive-
but,
Who's driving
Tequila.
home? Joe, I thought we were doing live experiments. What's going on?
But you brought up a good point.
Yeah.
Let's talk about water.
Well, yeah, the
you
good
need
point
to
was
hydrate.
have a drink and then have a water.
That's right.
Have a drink, have water.
Andrew Garcia, thank you so much.
Thank you, Andrew.
This is a great segment, a comment that comes in. I love that.
How much do I drown you with water every time we go out drinking to Hard Rock Rooftop and we dance after tequila shots?
We were
Poured
there
it down my
we
throat,
were there
yeah.
last week.
Oh,
funny
isn't
how
that
people
place
word things.
awesome? I love that. But I'm constantly like, drink water, drink water. He's like, oh my God, I can't drink any more water. But the next day, you feel much better.
Yeah, way better.
But then you got to go to the bathroom 100 times.
Waterboards him.
Out of you. The next day, that's probably she's like, here, I need you to hydrate because I'm possibly the workout that I'm going to put you through. is gonna be
Yeah,
so-
exactly, right?
Well, alcohol
After the
itself,
dance.
I gotta get
hard
those abs.
liquor does dehydrate you.
For sure.
Bottom
Without
line.
a doubt.
Living in the 6th Borough, meaning South Florida, in the heat, Yeah, we can be in air conditioning, but you know what? Our body is accustomed to this temperature. And whether you're indoors, outdoors, you still probably have to manage that hydration because the
Right.
next day you'll pay for it.
What is the best thing to do for a hangover?
Coconut water. I'm telling you.
That,
Listen,
he's
I'm not
totally
lying.
right.
Coconut water?
Electrolytes, anything, because
Coconut water.
You got to bathe yourself. in
No, you
coconut?
just drink it. I'm telling you, it's
and a
amazing
big
stuff. The
burger
coconut water,
and
it cures
fries.
everything.
I'm going to stack up on that.
drinking.
And I
What's
get
my other
schmammered
option?
sometimes.
Burger and fries.
The problem with that is
Yeah.
it tastes nasty, though.
Meet
I
me
don't
at
drink, so I don't have
meet
any
me
of
at
these
where was the name
So
of the
many
place?
conversations going on.
Meet
Everyone.
me.
It's a
Okay,
good
Joe. I'll meet
topic.
you at Hot Legs. The next day. I totally forgot. I told you I was going.
So, the thing that we wanted to really cover was here in the 6th Borough with you in your segment here with us, the lifestyle of living healthy and being able to drink responsibly and in moderation and the choices that you can make. Because honestly, it's about choice, isn't it? At the end of the day.
And it's like what Ryan said. It's about moderation.
Okay.
Moderation,
Do everything
choices.
in moderation.
Yeah, you can do everything. That's it. People ask me all the time if I'm on a diet. I'm like, no, you sit down and eat a full meal, don't you? That's your mistake.
I'm on a seafood diet. I seafood, I eat it.
No, I eat whatever I want. Whatever I want, I eat. But when I'm full, I stop eating.
Right.
That's the key. If you just pay attention to it a little bit, you'll be straight. You know what I mean?
And I think that the one thing that I could certainly say, the calorie count.
And I was about to say that.
Let's talk about that.
So, okay,
that
when
important?
you're on a diet and you shouldn't really be counting your calories so much. We don't ever count calories. We were talking about that earlier. But if you know you're going out for a nice dinner, and I know a lot of you are Italian, try not to eat the pasta at night.
What about
But
the
I
bread
know
when they
that's
serve at the
hard.
table?
The
Isn't that
bread,
trying to
the
kill Joe.
pasta.
She's trying to kill Joe.
No, if you could eat the carbs during the day and not at night, because when you go to sleep,
Yeah,
you
you don't
store
wanna
it
sit
as
there.
fat.
Right.
But
I've
getting
heard
back
that,
to
yeah.
going out to dinner. If you're going out to dinner, Brian and I go out to dinner, we'll have fish and vegetables, like a nice salmon and vegetables, because we know we want to share a bottle of wine.
But wait, do you guys get the same thing though? Is it that,
No,
like,
no,
so
he'll
creepy?
get
Like,
something,
You're like,
I'll
get
get-
the salmon,
no.
me too. And I'm like,
No,
you
he'll
guys get
eat, like-
Separate things and you share.
No, he'll eat
Just share
steak.
everything.
Very good. Yeah, like, share
No, but the
everything, sure.
point is, we want to drink our wine, and we're going to share a bottle, 2 glasses each.
Right.
So those calories from the wine, which really we don't count calories, it's the carbs. So at night, carbs store as fat when you go to sleep.
So that makes
So
up for pasta.
the wine makes up for right.
Yeah.
We won't eat the pasta or the bread. I mean, I'm better than you.
You want
You
some
kinda-
noodles or a glass of wine? Come on.
Right.
But let me ask you a question because I think that a lot of people, there's people out there that have different genetics. And so you see some of their family, and their family is like, you have this family of large people. Do these training exercise, can that change all that? I mean, these people are born, like some of these
But they
people,
have
they're born, they
thyroid
stay
problems,
that
bro.
way.
It
You
could
know
be
what
a
I mean?
medical
Do
condition.
you
if I
want
may.
to take
Like, how
that
do you
first
address
and
that?
then I
How do
will,
you address
or
those
what?
people to say, listen,
I got a good
yes,
answer.
you
Sell 'em a
can
lap
get fit.
band.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yes, you can get fit, and this is what's going to take. And because of the genetics of their body and how their body processes things, you're going to have to look at all of that when you're putting a plan together for them.
That is
Absolutely.
true. There are certain body types, correct. And there's certain ways you eat and train for that body type, correct.
But you
So, no,
can change your body type.
Absolutely.
Right.
Because, like, I
Well, I can't
have
get any taller.
What?
I'd like to get taller, but
You got to hang upside down on the monkey bars.
Yeah.
Michelle is big just once.
So I'm 5'10", but I have an hourglass shape. But I have like a J-Lo butt and a small waist and small stomach.
But we don't believe you.
We don't believe you. Stand up and show the camera.
All right, you
Wait,
ready?
there it is. Look at the tuchus. Woo! There it is. 6th Borough, baby. There it is. Live in your face.
And I got white
Yo, is
pants
this
on.
Scratch and Sniff TV? That's all my viewers want to know. I just got a text. They're
No.
like, "Man, the white people going crazy in Boca."
Oh my God. No, but the point is, when I was young, like 17, 16, 15, my butt was twice as big.
No way.
Thunder thighs. And I mean, I changed my whole genetics
Say, girl,
by
does that
working
look good? That
out
little
super
piece look
hard.
Like it's just a,
No.
it looks like a nice Georgia peach. I talk about all the viewers. Y'all
No,
can't
but
see
it's-
what I'm talking about.
It's a lot of hard work. So the answer is yes. When I train clients and they're like, "Oh, my
I want one like
genetics,
yours. Did they say that?
my
No,
my
do they
gen-
say that? They
What?
want to work on my hiney. I want one like
No,
yours.
they say my genetics. I'm never going to be fit." And I'm like, take that vocabulary out of your mouth
right.
because that's not true. And if
Okay.
you tell yourself that, it's never going to happen.
But do your trainees or your clients, I don't know what you call them, your customers, what have you, do they say, hey, I would like a female body like yours?
Yeah,
perhaps?
well, that's why I get more clients,
Right, 'cause
because
they're
I
like, "Yeah,
keep
look like
myself
you."
fit.
Yeah, and if I may, how do you feel about the people that, like, say, like the scrawny little white man that's supposed to be training me, or this heavy set 330-pound man that's
Right.
trying to tell me what to do?
Yeah.
He's not even, I don't want to look anything like him. And this little man, I don't want to look like anything like him.
Right.
So I'm sure that's a better
of
sell
course.
for you. in
No,
terms of looking
I
like you.
hate to judge people or critique people.
No, I do all the time. Me and Joe, we judge everyone. We make fun of everyone. We're judging you right now. There's
But-
going to be an after show. We're going to review it and then do a
A
commentary
lot of
on top
men want
it.
to train with you because they want to look
New
like
show
you.
coming up. Yeah, it's
a
gonna
lot
be-
of women, yeah, of course. If
Exactly.
You, like I used to watch. Remember Scandinavia and Bally's? But well, were you guys? You didn't grow up here.
No, we did not grow up here. No,
okay,
we
so
did not.
they were
But
the gym when
okay.
I was like 20.
What was it?
No, Scandinavia, the gym.
Bally's.
Yes, Bally's.
Yes, I
Oh, yeah,
remember.
Bally's.
Okay,
Bally's,
so
yeah.
the girls were like very hefty, the instructors. And I would take their classes and look at them and be like, okay, it's fun, but that's not what I'm aspiring
Motivation, right.
to
There's
look
no
like.
The
motivation.
Bally's,
Right.
the Bally's in Boca here years ago used to have a frozen drink bar right outside of it.
Right.
No, I mean alcohol.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
gym that I
Alcohol.
work out at, the gym that I work
was
out
like
on
a Fat
Wednesday, they give
Tuesdays
free
before
pizza.
yeah,
Fat
yeah,
Tuesday.
yeah. I
You
remember
work
all
out and
those.
get drunk.
I always had those thoughts when I was growing up, and like we had like in school, you know, you got the gym class, right? And it was like some lady that looked like Sylvester Stallone or something, and it was like,
Oh, the bull dyke ones?
you know
Are
what I
allowed
mean?
to say
And
that?
then you had like,
Oh.
you know, all these overweight people that were trying to put you in shape,
Yeah.
and you're like, what the heck? I can't
No, I
take you
couldn't
serious. It
possibly.
didn't work.
I made fun of all my gym coaches. I was like, bro, you wear sneakers to work. I'm not listening to you. And I got kicked out every time.
Every time.
And then we had bow and arrow, and I shot the scoreboard.
Well, one thing that we can say that Lisa and I spoke about, it all starts with you at the end of
right.
the day. And so we want to give you information to talk or actually process about drinking because it does add calories. The wine does add calories. And, you know, you can easily feel that sensation, like you kind of feel like that little extra bulk. And so you're going towards the moderation and working it off so that you can reduce one thing to gain on another thing.
Right.
Right.
That's
You
what
have
it comes
to work
down
out
to.
in order to keep the drinking and what have you. You know, there's room for everything.
Right. And
You
what
can't
I
quit working out though. You can't keep drinking a couple days and then quit. It's so hard to pick back up. I'm sure your
Yes.
Yeah.
clients tell you, or you tell them that.
Right.
That you got to keep it consistent. Like in regards to, like I told you, that if I can't make it to the gym, I'm just gonna go in my garage and work out my own
Right,
thing.
do
and keep
something.
my body toned and ready to rock and roll.
Right.
Let me
hand
let me tell you an
motion. I don't know. You're like,
important
"Oh,
point
shit."
though.
I work
You know,
out.
a lot of people get stuck in the how, right? How am I going to change? How do I start? Where do I start?
Good point.
Don't
And a lot
stop.
of the men, especially, get stuck in the how do I do this thing
Right.
when you don't know how, right?
Sure.
It's the how. The important switch in the mindset you got to change is you have to find a compelling reason, your why. Why do you want to change that way? And that's going to propel you forward.
Sure.
You don't need to know the how because it's going to happen automatically.
Right. Right.
You know, that's going to come. But if you have the compelling reason driving you forward, that's the biggest motivator.
yeah,
that
and-
advice can
and
be good
So
with
true,
anything in
Brian.
life.
Very
Absolutely.
true. Yeah.
Especially the acting thing, right? How many films were you in before you hit it?
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Anything, your whole
bro.
life, yeah.
I was watching TV before. I mean, not that I didn't know you, but I wasn't as close to you. But I was watching TV, and there you were. I almost lost. I felt jumping out the couch. I was jumping around. There's nobody there. It was creepy. But I was like, oh my god. Sorry to jump off the subject.
No,
nonetheless,
but it's so
But it's very
true.
motivational what you said.
And I'm sure you had to work hard, and we were talking about this today. Consistency,
That's the key.
dedication, never giving up, moving forward, no matter what. Look what
But that
she.
depression's crazy though. Never giving
Oh,
up. I
the
believe all that.
depression,
But then
yeah.
as soon as you get home, you're like, I get out of this house because I'm losing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, look at what Denise went through with the flooding.
Oh dear God!
And
it was
she
such
never
a heartfelt
stopped her
situation.
workout
But she did look
routine.
adorable, if I may. Random, I don't know where the heck she got them. She shows up out of nowhere with red little sexy boots on. She's like, I'm flooded. I was like, she's got an adorable outfit, and she's in like a chaos nonsense. Like Joe and I and Kenny, we don't even got red boots
She's a
that go with
boat
our.
somewhere with boots.
She's got dude. She had the kids. And she's like, I'm flooded.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what you're talking about.
She's like, quick, get the galoshes. No, I'm serious. If you watch the video.
Oh,
the
I
pictures-
do have red boots. I
Yes,
do.
you do. Honey, I know I saw a video. I'm like, look at this poor, beautiful girl in this cute outfit. Look at her go. She's like, I'm dying. She's like, honey, quick.
Oh my gosh,
Outfit for every occasion.
that's funny. But,
But
you
to your
never
point,
gave up.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, during the worst of times, and I go through depression on and off, and it's very easy for me to sit on the couch. and go into a cocoon. And then I'll call Joe, and he knows I'm upset. But working out and getting out makes a big difference. Even if it means walking the dog.
For sure.
So true.
Even if it means walking the dog around the block and just to get out and breathe that air. They enjoy it. You enjoy it. And that was, for me, like a push. The whole flood thing just set me back, and I was, like, overwhelmed. But I kept up with my commitment.
Exactly.
Because I committed to the 12-week challenge with her.
Will you guys work out how many times a week?
Once a week. And then
I do
she
the rest
does
on my own.
On her own. And have you checked out some of my programs yet or not?
I have. I've seen some of your shows, and they're great workouts. They're HIIT workouts. So what is it? High
interval intensity.
Yes. Oh, and this here is a book that she gave me. It was written by
me,
Lisa herself, and it's called The Metamorphosize. Did I say it right?
Yeah, it's about the transformation within.
That's
and
Incredible
it goes
Hulk
back
stuff.
Goes back to what we were talking about with the alcohol, with the drugs, getting to know yourself, like what Brian just said, not worrying about the how, but finding a why. Why do you want to move forward? You had a son. It changed your life.
Absolutely.
He's your why. I'm your why. You're my why. We figure out how to become better people. And even if you're single, it doesn't mean you have to have somebody. Do it for yourself. That's even better. Love yourself, and everything around you becomes so much better.
You have to do it for yourself first.
Yeah.
You have to.
You got to do it for yourself, right?
Yep.
For sure.
Above all
Anyone
things.
else, unless you love yourself, that's how it goes.
That's right.
Yeah. All
You know,
said
but
and
some
done
people
with.
who are used to having someone else around them should actually take time off to be by themselves.
For
So they can
sure.
kind of check exactly who they are.
I'll try that.
Yeah, you with the whole mishpucha over there. You got like the whole tribe of.
I don't love me.
Yeah, the Chicano
think I'm
squad.
pretty cool.
Everybody get him on a
I just think I'm
minibus
an
to put his
alright guy.
family in.
But there is a lot to what you just said, Nico.
Absolutely.
Part of rebooting, part of resetting is being alone, spending time alone. And that means even working out alone, walking alone, and so on. And you gain a lot of strength when you learn to be alone.
For sure. That's what we were just talking about.
No, yeah.
Someone in the family is always going from relationship to relationship. And that person has to be alone, because if you can't love yourself, you can't
but
love
that's the problem. So then
another.
they start dating you, and then 3 days later dating you, and then
Right.
they're like, wait a minute, dude. I don't think those two people are the problem. I'm the problem.
Right.
Yada. But they don't understand until like the third or fourth person, and then a family member might interject and be like, listen, I think you need a break. You're drinking, you're doing whatever you're doing, and there should be some kind of intervention.
I
And
have
it's
friends
not-
like that on social media that like every 3 months they found the one. I'm
Oh.
like, go
Oh,
for it.
no.
I
Hey,
cheer
what?
them on each time too. Like, go ahead.
And
what?
not just
found the
about.
one every 3 months.
Yeah, every 3 months, and they post it.
Yeah, they post it, and it's like,
This
no,
is the one.
I got nothing.
And it's
That's that new love. That's that honeymoon. Did you ever see a guy that he grabs his girl? He's in public. He's holding his girl like this, and I like look at him. and I'm like, bro, I cannot stop laughing at you because any minute, she's gonna take whatever it is that she's here for, and then just frolic off. But he's like walking with her and holding her and all that.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Like I can say how awesome your car is, but I can't tell you how hot your girl is. Oh, we got a problem? All right, bro, your girl's ugly. I don't know.
Well, Lisa, one of the things on the lines of boyfriend and girlfriend, many times people go through breakups. And working out is the why. Because they're doing it, is it really because of themselves, and they're not thinking that they were all that before, and they go into a big transformation. They went from 100 whatever number of pounds or 200 whatever pounds down
Well, but it
to
ma-
a near nothing.
Sure.
And they look amazing.
Thank you.
So that is very true, that it's a motivation, it's a why, and it's for themselves.
well,
what about those people though? Like, what do you say
Yeah.
to those people that
Are
you find
insecure?
out that there's some people that they find they're out in life in a bottle, and some people find they're out in life at the gym. So
Good point.
it's still an addiction, even though one's quite a bit healthier than the other.
Right.
What about those people? How do you address those people? Have you ever encountered them?
Well, what I was about to say to you, and what we were talking about with a significant other, it's not about a significant other. It's not about how much you weigh. It's not about your job. It's about internally what's going on with yourself. So whatever it is, any kind of addiction, because all the people that I train are like, oh my God, once I lose 10 pounds, I'm going to be so happy. Once I find that job, I'm going to be so happy.
That's right.
Once
Liar.
I find that man.
Lying.
And none of that external stuff brings internal happiness. So whatever it is, I always tell them, go within. Again, we talked about journaling. Journal, exercise by yourself, love yourself. What would you say? Would you say you were addicted to
We've both
exercise?
talked about that as well. Of working out is not necessarily, it can be a bad thing as well,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And we've
If
both
it-
been
if
through
you-
that
if
stage
you're
where
like-
it's
some
not
people
a
are, like,
healthy
too
thing,
crazy
you know?
with it.
Right.
If it becomes an addiction and you overtrain,
Right.
and you're basically
You're prepping
damaging your
meals and
body,
you're ba-ba-da-ba,
you know,
you're hitting
it's-
your weight gainer.
so we've
And that's
both
all
been
the
there
weight gainer gives
too.
you is
So
gas, if I may.
it's
Well, it
getting,
is true that there is an addictive component. I think to everyone's personality in some way, shape, or form. But when you're working out, you get those endorphins, and they actually set you off,
Yeah,
and
it
it's a
gets
real
exciting.
good feeling.
right?
So
Yeah.
that addiction can be to the endorphins.
Yeah, I
Right.
get
Right.
excited.
Even when you don't want to work out, you have to. Once you go, you feel so much better.
100%.
I'm glad I didn't.
Right.
I'm glad I didn't miss
Your
that
mind
one.
didn't
Right.
want to go. Your body
Yeah.
wants to go. Once it's there, my body just like, ooh, I love it. And then I pick somebody out in the gym. I'm like, yo, Pablo,
I'm
what's your
driving. I
problem?
usually
And
go.
grab as much as I can.
Right.
I usually go after work. I'm like, there's so many times I'm so tired from work, and I just want to go home, and I'm saying no. I'm gonna go. And then I go. I feel great afterwards. Yeah.
But
So
it
true.
could become an addiction. When you read my book, there was a time that I was working out too much, and I told you about my heart problem, and I had to have heart surgery at
Oh, you
like
did?
29 years old.
Really?
Yeah, and that was the time my life changed, because for 12 weeks I couldn't work out. And working out had been my staple since I was 17. And I was now 20, I was 30 at the time, almost 30. Couldn't work out, and that's when I finally left my ex-husband, because I had to look at myself in the mirror without escaping to exercise.
So you lost a lot of weight when
And
you lost him,
figure-
right?
A lot of weight, which was him sitting on my head, exactly.
But
That was the best thing that ever happened to me.
It all goes back to what Brian said earlier. You have to be happy with yourself first. It's got to be inside you first.
Yeah.
Right?
For
That's
sure.
so true. Yeah.
Have you ever had a woman hire you to change her body because she's possibly overweight, and in the bedroom she's embarrassed, and
Oh,
she's possibly
God.
like, you know something, I need to tone up. I met this guy, and I don't want to lose him. You know what I'm saying? How y'all have plans, all
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah.
They're all like, went out. Has he got money? Is the first thing. Not is he nice? Has he got hair? Does he got a family?
Teeth?
Is he, you know what I'm saying? Is he
Teeth?
diabetic? Is he? Does he have money, sweetheart? Welcome to Boca Raton. Can he pay your bills? But for how long? Yeah, he's got money. How much? They always got to,
No, Nico's right.
What do you
No,
think?
no, I love that question. That's a great
that's a good
question.
question, right? I would imagine
so
women are
many
insecure.
women want to lose weight to feel better about themselves, so that they could really love themselves when they're with their husband, boyfriend, lover, whatever. But the thing is, it goes back to feeling good about yourself. Because there's women on the beach. I know all of us. We watch these women.
We're at
They
Holliver
got
Beach. You ever go
fat,
there?
they
Listen,
got
I come from
booties.
Oregon, and
Oh,
I've
you
come
go
here
right,
to
there's no
Florida,
beaches
and
there.
the things I see on the beach here is like, you own it, baby. I
No,
mean,
right?
You go
and
with
that's
that.
the thing.
There's no scorn.
Florida's a whole nother monster than Oregon.
It's so true. But
Florida's a
there
whole
could
other
be-
monster than everywhere.
There's women. I was competing in fitness. I was 10% body fat. I had abs like you, and I didn't love myself. So I felt very insecure and not so great. Now you fast forward like 15 years. I had 2 babies. I have some stretch marks, cellulite. I'm not a size like 2, maybe like a 6, no, 8, whatever. I mean, I'm in good shape, but meaning that I'm far from perfect. But I love myself so much that it doesn't matter, because I'm not thinking about that.
Right.
When I'm with him, I'm thinking about how much I love myself, and you let go and you don't worry about, oh my God, are my boobs sagging? Is my
no,
stomach
but if I
hanging?
may, I don't believe you're a perfect example of that. I'm talking more of like the way my jacket's hanging over me, the woman's belly is hanging over, and she's like, dear God, I don't want to, I just met you, you're super hot, 6'2", I think this is the guy, and I'm super insecure, I got a gut. Like, I'm like, look, 8 months pregnant, I'm not.
Right.
Like, I don't want him to, like if I was the man, I'd be like super rude, you got naked, I'm like, ah, couldn't possibly, dear God, you know what I mean? And she's like, oh my God, you hurt my feelings. I'm like, with the truth, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, a lot
Well-
of them do, but believe it or not, when they lose the weight, they still don't feel good about themselves. So again, it goes back to internal feelings.
But again, that might start the process for you to get the habits started for the healthy living, you know what I mean? But then during that whole process, you're going to understand and change as to what your compelling reason is of why you want to change.
Right.
Right.
You know,
Well,
it's
I'm
for
compelled
you.
to go to a commercial break right now, so I have to. We'll be right back.
We'll be back. 6th Borough, baby, Friday night. Yalla Valley God, and now you know. Let's go. Whoop, 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 whoop. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com.
The Hideaway of Palm Beach. Free food all night from our gourmet kitchen. Drink and dance specials all night. Exclusive private VIP rooms. Top shelf bottle specials. The Hideaway Palm Beach. Come meet our top-notch bartenders and servers. And of course, the most beautiful entertainers in Palm Beach. The Hideaway. Palm Beach's hidden gem. The secret is out. The Hideaway Palm Beach. Located at 1152 Old Okeechobee Road, West Palm Beach. Open 4 p.m. to 5 a.m. 7 days a week. The Hideaway of Palm Beach.
All right, so check it out, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. The 6th Borough, I believe it's the Power Hour coming up. And I got my beautiful co-host, Denise Cassell. Denise, whoop, whoop, take it away.
Well, everyone, welcome back to the show. You know, you have to understand that this is an unscripted show. So when you're tuning in, everything is happening live. So if you hear me saying and yelling and screaming, we're live, it's because we really are. And so with that said, we're actually sitting right now with Lisa and Brian, Living Your Best Self, and we were talking about drinking in South Florida, the best and healthiest choices, how to manage it, and everything is in moderation. So last but not least, we're going to actually close the segment, and we're going to turn it over to Lisa and Brian so they can give us a closing, and then we're going to move on to our guest who's on hold, who's going to be remoting in from New Jersey. Peter Gaudio is going to be on there, so everyone just hold and stay tight.
So you guys are so much fun, I have to say.
Thank you. You're
6th Borough.
Thank you. 6th
Yes,
Borough.
it's so much fun. So remember, everything in moderation, right?
Right.
Enjoy your alcohol, but check yourself, because if you're drinking too much, don't be in denial. Go get help. Reach out to us. So you can reach out to us at metatransformation.com. I have my Good Morning Workout show, 6 a.m., 9 a.m. on DBTV, and that's every day, 7 days a week. Our show is once a week, and if they want to reach out on our Inner Warrior.
So we have our foundation, innerwarriorfoundation.org, for children with cancer. We have our great first event coming up November 11th.
Spinathon and golf tournament. We got to
Love
talk
that.
about that. Lots of celebrities, lots of fun, lots of money.
Absolutely.
For
Super
the
proud of
cause.
it. Yep.
Yes, but everything in moderation. Just remember, you can drink, you can eat, you can enjoy a full life. Exercise every single day, like you say.
You have to do something every day.
Every day.
Right? Sex is healthy.
So,
Sex is healthy
Yes.
too. Absolutely.
Is that
and what
every
is our
other
next
day,
show
or-
going to be about?
Sex. Oh, sorry.
It is. What is
Segueing
it,
right
my
into
love?
that, yeah. Sex.
Sex and fitness, how they relate. We're going to elaborate more on that question you were asking.
Does
and
sex by
about
yourself
how
count?
what?
Oh no!
How great
This
your
is a
sex life can
PG-13
become.
show, everyone.
Oh, Joe, come on now.
What, Joe, you had a video of that? Or Joe wanted to make a video. What's
Denise
going
and
on
I
here?
will do a video
The
for you guys.
Megatron.
Don't worry.
I have to be in shape. I'm in the nominal, baby.
So at this moment, Lisa and Brian, thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
being
thank
with
you.
us and sharing
Thank you
such
for
great
coming in.
tidbits of
Thank you guys,
information.
for real.
So grateful.
We really
Thank
do.
You so
Thank
much.
you so much for being with us. But I have to say, you should hang around, and this is why. Our next guest that's going to be coming on is remoting in all the way from New Jersey. Peter Gaudio is going to be with us, and he is a fitness guru.
Oh,
He has
we're
his own
staying.
show.
All right.
Yes, he is amazing actor,
Get more
director,
wine.
producer, emotional, motivational speaker, and has his own show that he does and his own fitness. He's an Olympian champion and just across the board. So it's a great segue to welcome and have on with us Peter Gaudio. Are you there?
There he is.
There he is, Peter.
I don't see my picture on the screen.
Oh, well, you're frozen right now.
You're frozen.
So
We hear you.
Right, but,
we do hear you
but
completely.
I did hear the intro, and I just would like to clarify. I'm from New York City.
Yeah.
Oh, from New York. Okay.
Yeah, and New Jersey, York City, we got entirely different accents.
We do. You're absolutely right. You're in what
Yeah,
borough are
you
you
know-
in?
I'm from Queens, but I'm hardcore New York City.
All righty then.
Nice.
So if you don't mind,
Yeah.
would you mind
You know,
placing?
I take pride in the Big Apple. The
Oh.
way we look at New Jersey. It's like second city. It's like Chicago compared to New York.
Right, of course.
Whoa. Slow down,
You know.
Chief.
One of our co-hosts is from Chicago. He didn't know. He just brought up.
But you know, I gotta say, I love.
As soon
New
as he
York. New
found
York's-
out, he
New
got
York-
out of there. Let me
New
tell
York
you.
is a whole different monster. It is a whole nother level.
But I want to tell you, it's an honor to be here, and thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We truly appreciate you taking the time out to do this. We've actually wanted to talk a lot about your early beginnings. How did you get into? Now, I don't know how long you've been listening into the show, but we had with us our health specialists, which are here in the 6th Borough, both Lisa and Brian. We were talking about working out, drinking in the 6th Borough, how that works, what's healthy choices to make. And we went into your segment, and we're talking about, and I mentioned that you are an Olympian champion, you work out, and I understand that if you needed to walk in to do a show tonight, you could. That's how on point you are. Is that right?
That's exactly right. I have a tremendous following on Instagram. I'm very motivational. I care about people. I've been in the fitness industry for 46 years. I hold the title of Mr. New York City. And to tell you the truth, I could walk out on stage now and I could do very well. Even with in the open division, yeah, and not even in the masters division, And I'm very proud of it. I lived a life, and to tell you the truth, this coming Monday, I'm going to have a vote system because I possibly have a good opportunity to be on the cover of Muscle and Fitness.
That'll be awesome.
Huge. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much. And then I also have a show, which is on the #1 radio show. It's called Sid and Friends in the Morning, which is 77 WABC. I have a Fitness Friday show, and I have people call in, and I have special guests, and I just give, tips to each and every person, how to help improve their life.
Wow.
Well, that's great follow-up right to what we were just talking about. And the little bit that you and I spoke on the phone, we had great synergy and kindred conversation right away. And I can certainly see that you are, and just like how we were just mentioning, it's all about the inner spirit, the inner go-getter, to be able to be committed, of course, for your health benefits and your choices. How do you manage that personally? And then I want to talk about your acting career, but tell us a little bit about yourself on that
Great.
note.
I live each and every day with a balance of your mind, body, and soul. I read every day for the mind, I train every day for the body, and I have prayer every day for the soul. And you need a balance of 33 and a third. If one outweighs the other, you have to find a component just to get it even and balance again. And if people can live their life with balance, they would look at it differently. They would, like I heard what you said before, peace comes from within. Peace doesn't come from the outer surface. You have to be happy with yourself first. Then you can make other people happy, and then you make different choices. You know, if you see yourself doing right, you know, you're going to do right. You know, it's all about vision. It's about seeing yourself doing the right approach. And you know, it takes work, you know, but the only reward that you're going to get out of it is, you know, you're going to have inner peace, and you're going to have happiness, and you're going to have peace. And that's the best happiness that anybody could ever want to achieve in life, is to have peace.
Absolutely. 100% everything you said, I agree with 100%.
You know, it's not having a Rolls Royce. It's not having a mansion. It's not having a Rolex. It's about having peace with your soul. And once you have that, you have balance with your mind and your body. It just follows.
Absolutely. Peter, you are amazing.
Well, I will.
Have a Rolls Royce, though.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit.
I just lost the picture here.
So,
Pardon me?
Peter, tell me a little bit about your early beginnings. So we know that you're from Queens, New York, and
Right.
I mean, kudos, one of the boroughs. So how did you manage yourself? Where did you go to school, and what was your childhood like that led you to where your choices are today?
Well, I grew up in Carouse, which is, you know, it's an Italian neighborhood back then. You know, I'm talking about the 70s, when Shea Stadium and that's were in town, and, you know, you could just sit in my backyard and you could see the lights of the stadium. And I used to walk to the park every day. You know, I was a kid. I was 9 years old, and we didn't have the cell phones or all the streets. And I have some real life experiences, you know, with meeting Roberto Clemente and Willie Mays and Hank Aaron, and seeing the Mets win the World Series in 1969. The World, yeah, and you know, and Louis Armstrong, you know, that came from the area. His house is still there, and they turned it into a museum. And then you come closer towards where the Heights is. That's the Italian area, and it was predominantly, you know, it's a wise guy area, and it's a very strong neighborhood. It's a very together neighborhood, and you know, and you learn how to do the right thing from early on. You know, and everybody that lived in the neighborhood, it was all the same rules. It was all the same, you know, the way we treated one another, and the respect was there, the loyalty was there, the honor was there, and that's something that you can't break. You know, so many people today, they say that they're old school, but they're old school on paper. They're not old school.
Not even.
Really,
He's absolutely right.
not even you know, living it. You know, I'm 62 years old, and I'm proud to say it. Don't tell me you're 40 and tell me the days about old school. That's not old school.
That's right,
You know,
my man.
you know,
He's got it.
You know, yeah. You know, so my foundation was very strong as a kid growing up. You know, so the groundwork was laid. So from then on in, you develop thick skin. And no matter whatever task that you try to achieve in, you know, even if you got knocked down 100 times, you still go back to 101. You know, and I parlay that and all the knowledge that I learned on the street from all the different type of people that lived in the area. I put it all in a pot. I mixed it all together, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to choose that life that I see in front of me, but I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it on the big screen and the small screen, and I'm going to turn it around and do something positive with it. And I've been able to achieve that, you know, each and every day since the time I grew up in those areas. And, you know, I started out in the Bronx Tale, and it was a dream come true to work on that project. It's a legendary project. It's one of the 5 classic films that were ever made. Yeah, there it is. And I was there with Willie DeMeo, and that's where we first, you know, became friends, and we've been together ever since, you know, and working with Chaz Palminteri and Robert De Niro, you know, those brilliant minds, you know, guys that belong to the Actors Studio who passed the audition on one time around when you had to walk the streets of New York and go on the audition and get the door slammed on your face, you know, and then you got, like I mentioned to you on the phone, there's more tears in this business than there are, you know, smiles. But once you get that one smile and you land that audition, it wipes away all the tears. These kids today don't understand the industry because everything is done through social media, and it's easy. You know, it's easy. That's why they don't respect it and they don't appreciate it. Everybody wants to walk the red carpet and take pictures for Facebook or Instagram, but it's about the craft and it's about the art. You know, you can hear it in my voice, how I feel for the industry, where it's been taken and it's inflated today, like every other industry. You know, so you got to go back to the basics and learn the art, and it's about your work. It's not about anything else. It's not about taking pictures or standing next to Sylvester Stallone or Robert De Niro or Al Pacino or Meryl Streep. It's about the work.
Right.
Wow.
It should be recognized for you as an artist.
And from bodybuilding, I followed in the footsteps of Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of my idols, to the big screen. And now I'm doing stand-up comedy with Mike Marino. We're on tour. It's called the Family Tour. I have a fitness show. Everything that I do in my life is to help people get better and better and better.
Yeah, we just saw you choke out that guy.
I motivate them. I give them inspiration. I guide them in the right way in fitness.
How much
then
you
I
weigh,
make
bro?
them laugh in the
How much does he
comedy
weigh?
club, which is a great satisfaction. And then on the big screen and on the small screen, I can entertain them. And it's just very, very rewarding to me, to give back to people, because a lot of people in the world today are hurting and they look for an escape. Maybe they want to go to a comedy club and laugh because something happened to them in their house today or something to and from work, and I get such pleasure in doing that. As far as, social media and Facebook, you have to put it out there because you got to stay alive in the game. Otherwise you're dead wood. But as far as that, it's all nonsense. It's about the art and it's about being creative and working with people who are serious about the business,
Peter, I have
not
to
standing next to one another,
Peter, I have to interject. We actually have to cut away to a quick commercial, but we're going to be back momentarily.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. What's
Stay
your
on.
name, brother?
My name is Nico.
Nico, nice to meet you, bro.
Very nice to meet you. An absolute pleasure.
Okay,
Give me
cool.
a few
I
minutes
can't wait
and
to
I'll be
come
right
back.
to you.
I can't wait to come back.
Yalla. Thank
Hold
you,
on.
brother. Ladies and gentlemen, stay right where you are. It's absolutely exciting. We have legend on the phone right now. So ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Pizza Rica, Fat Pickle, Hideaway, Yalla Baligan, the 6th Borough, baby. And now you know.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. Your home for the True Oldies channel. Follow Oldies on social media. See what's happening in the community. Have a laugh with some funny memes. And keep in touch with other good time oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at True Oldies FLA. That's at True Oldies FLA. Join the True Oldies channel Saturday, May 6th for Kentucky Derby Fest at the Palm Beach Kennel Club. It's the best party south of Churchill Downs, so you know the TOC has got to be there. The True Oldies Channel street team alongside horse handicapper Benny the Boot will be on site from noon to 2:30 doing our famous free-to-enter handicapping contest and giving away a 3-day, 2-night cruise aboard the Margaritaville at Sea. Plus a huge outdoor TV screen, trackside barbecue, mint julep stations, Kentucky Derby hat contest, live music, and plenty of giveaways. The only way to celebrate the Kentucky Derby is with the True Oldies channel at the Palm Beach Kennel Club. And hey, a chance to win a free cruise aboard the Margaritaville at Sea isn't too shabby either.
Down the stretch they come in the Derby.
It's the 149th annual Run for the Roses. Does Forte have what it takes to bring home the Kentucky Derby crown? Find out Saturday, May 6th at the Palm Beach Kennel Club with your friends from the True Oldies channel.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com.
The Hideaway of Palm Beach. Free food all night from our gourmet kitchen. Drink and dance specials all night. Exclusive private VIP rooms. Top shelf bottle specials. The Hideaway Palm Beach. Come meet our top-notch bartenders and servers. And of course, the most beautiful entertainers in Palm Beach. The Hideaway. Palm Beach's hidden gem. The secret is out. The Hideaway Palm Beach. Located at 1152 Old Okeechobee Road, West Palm Beach. Open 4 p.m. to 5 a.m. 7 days a week. The Hideaway of Palm Beach.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday night from 6 to 8:30, only at the 6th Borough and the Power Hour. We got incredible celebrities coming to you right now. Are you ready? Denise, take it away!
Hey, everyone, welcome back to the show. We are in the second hour, and we've had some really great conversation with Peter Gaudio that's with us, and we're going to pick up where we left off. Can we bring Peter back on? Hopefully you're still there and we didn't lose you. There he is.
Go ahead, Peter.
Peter, we have so many questions for you, and the one thing that everyone keeps saying is, wow. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, you are just an epitome of health, I would
He's
say.
everything I want to be. Let me tell you right now, Denise. Let me tell you, and I'm going to interject. I got to know how much he weighs right now. Bro, how much you weigh?
I'm 203, bro.
203, shredded. Look at him. I
His
just was
neck
telling my
is
crew,
like the
if
size
I
of
ever
my
got beat up by
thigh.
anyone,
And you know
Peter.
what? And you know what? And like I mentioned earlier, I'm 62. I've been doing this for 46
Unbelievable.
years.
No, you're magical, my brother.
I see kids on social media. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. With their headphones and their bad attitude and their hoods and
Oh
they're
my
30
God.
and they're 30. Let's see if they're still going to train at 62 when they're
believe
faced
so.
with life's obstacles between getting married and losing someone in your life and losing a job
100%.
and continuing the path and see if you're that bad at 62.
Kids get
as
offended. You
are
can't
at
even talk to
30.
them straight nowadays. They get offended by your
Yeah,
verbal assault.
they walk around the gyms with their backpack. Everybody's a bad dude. Everybody knows everything.
His muscles have muscles, man. What's going on here?
And that's why I train at 4:30 in the morning because I don't want to see that.
You don't want to see nobody. But you know what the good news? If you did
I don't
go
wanna
into prime
see
time,
that,
you'd probably get
because
so
it's nonsense to
angry
me.
that you would probably get a heck of a workout, I would
a great
imagine.
dream at 4:30.
You look amazing.
And you know
I just
what?
wanna
You
salute
only
you, bro.
need You only need 40 minutes. You only need 40 minutes. You know, you need to hit a body part, do cardio after for 20, and you're out the gym.
That's
You
it.
know, you don't need to stay there for 4 hours.
The key is
You know,
consistency.
and they're on, and everybody's on the phone now, and they're looking at YouTube and to see how to do the exercise.
Right.
Don't you hate when you're waiting for a machine or a weight and somebody's on their phone? Don't you just want to crack them in the head?
Yeah. I know, I understand it, but that's why I go at 4:30, so I don't have to wait. I set everything up A, B, and C, and I bang it out.
That's smart. Very smart.
So really quick, Peter, I
Yeah.
just want everyone to know if they have any questions for you, the call-in number is 888-994-4995, and that's Studio A. And I have a couple of more questions for you. So here you are working out. You're in high school. You're doing your thing. You got the great foundation that you mentioned about earlier. I'm just really curious, how did you get into the acting arena?
Well, like I said, I grew up in an Italian area, and, you know, and I've seen a lot of things in my life, and I know that was the path that, you know, I didn't want to take because, by the end of the day, you're either going to wind up in a penitentiary or the cemetery. And, and that's not the life that I wanted to choose, because I want, I don't want to break my mother's heart, because, every Italian mother lives for their sons, and, I wouldn't want her to come visit me where I didn't need to be. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take that lifestyle. Like I said earlier, mix it in a pot and put it on the big screen and make a damn good living out of it. Because I don't need anybody knocking on my door at 6 a.m. Then they need to talk to me.
Puerto Rican moms are the same way.
Thank God, since I started out in the Bronx, Joe gave me a great foundation. Then I went on, I did all the cop shows in New York City. Then I worked with Alec Baldwin and Back in the Day and Danny Glover. It was written by William DeMeo. And then I went on, I worked with Sebastian Maniscalco, Emily Ratajkowski in Cruise, and also Spencer Baldwin was in that project. We had a great time on that production. And then now I'm in a hit TV series, Gravesend, which has a tremendous cast, with Amanda Asante and Andrew Dice Clay and Fran Drescher and Sophia Milos and William Forsythe, Mario Cantone. And this past week, I worked with Peter Green, the legendary Peter Green from The Mask and Pulp Fiction. And I also worked with Lenny Thomas from Ruthless, which is a Tyler Perry production. So it's like, it's really fascinating to me to, for where I came from and to where I am now. And, and I truly believe in if you reach for the stars and you wind up in the middle, you still do good in life.
I'm honored
and you got to work at it each and every day. There's no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts. You can't take the escalator to the to success. You got to take the stairs.
We have a question for you.
I got a question for you, Peter.
Go ahead, bro.
Now, my name is Kenny, Magchop Kenny.
Hello, Kenny. How are you?
Good to meet you, brother. You talked about the passion and going on and people getting the door slammed in their face. When it comes to auditions, how do you deal with and what advice would you give to people that are going to go to an audition and do something like that? And how would you say you handle the rejection?
Well, first of all, when you know you have an audition ahead of time, you're going to get the sides. You're going to memorize your lines. I would recommend working with an acting coach to get into the character. But today, it's all submitted through the telephone, through the phone. And there's no, auditioning when you go into where the casting office is. But I would be totally relaxed. I wouldn't work myself up. I would give them the minimum possible because the least you give them says the most.
Nice.
Really?
And it doesn't matter how many doors get slammed on in your face, because with every rejection you get, that's an experience you learn, and that just makes you have thicker skin and builds character.
It does.
And you take that character into the next audition. You take that hurt and you take that pain and you flip it and you make it positive, and you rest assured you make that next audition work for you. Just the pain that you went through prior to what you just had. And you can do it, and believe in yourself, bro. And don't let anybody tell you you can't. I'm on Instagram.
Amen.
You can hit me up on Instagram.
Peter, ironically, Kenny, this is Nico again, but Kenny, the gentleman who just asked you the question, he is on his own movie that comes out in the beginning of May called The Squad. So ironically,
that's great.
He's one of you, like almost a professional actor, like in regards to doing.
That's great. That's great. God bless you.
Right there, Kenny. You're talking to an A-list celebrity on the phone right now. Let me just be honest with you.
Oh yeah,
just
I know
so you
that.
know, okay? This man is.
I was excited making the flyer. I was
he's
like, yes,
unbelievable.
we got this guy.
If I may.
Oh, thank you. It means a lot to me. And you know what it is? I care for people. So my work has a lot of passion in it. Either it's fitness, or it's film, or it's comedy, it's funny, or it's just, it's whatever I do. I'm a single dad. I have a biracial daughter. Her mom is Jamaican and we're Italian. And, I raised the most darling daughter any father could ever want to have.
God bless you.
And you know what? It has nothing to do with race, has nothing to do with the color of your skin. The only thing you have to do is to give that offspring, you have to give them love. And the love that this child has had, she doesn't see color, and to tell you the truth, my family comes from blue collar. We're all hard workers, from my grandfather to my father to my uncles to my brother to my cousin to myself. We have calluses on our hands. We don't have blisters on our index finger and our thumb from texting. So now I took.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I took all of that and I put it all into my daughter, and I've been picking her up since kindergarten, and she's in NYU. She's a pre-med student, and she's
congratulations!
Congratulations!
Yeah, thank you. And you know what?
Congratulations!
My daughter has changed the leaves on our family tree from blue collar. Now she's a professional. It's white collar. So from this point on in my life and in my family's life, that I carry my father's name, you know, her kids are going to be professionals. And that's what you have to do in life, is better your children.
Yep.
Yeah, better your children so they can go on and better your bloodline. It's not about you and having a good time and going to a gated community and joining a country club and snorting coke and doing all the BS that you don't need to do. It's about changing the bloodline of your family tree for the better.
You know, Peter, that's a very, very good point, is changing the direction. We do have a question. Joe, do you want to...
It's not really a question. I just want... Hi, this is Joe Rubo. How you doing, Peter?
Hey, well, hello, Joe.
How are you? I'm just listening to you, and, you know, we have a lot in common. I'm from the Bronx, around the same age.
Oh, great.
Old school, same thing as you. And, you know, I got into acting when I was young, in 82. You know, I started when I was really young, 17 years old. And, you know, I've done a few things throughout the years, but I'm trying to get back into it now. And like what you're saying, it's a totally different world now. It's a totally different animal.
But tell them the movie you're in, Joe.
Yeah, you know, it's just cluttered with a lot of people that shouldn't be in the industry.
No, but I mean, it's all digital now.
Yeah, it's all digital. It's all digital.
Yeah.
It's all digital. You know, everything is remote. You know, even my training business is remote. You know, I work with kids from Italy. You know, it's amazing that you can it's amazing that you can contact people in Europe and, you know, and make it work between one another. But it's an entirely different world today. And you better change, because otherwise, you know, it's not going to work for you. You got to stay marketable. You got to change.
I got some people helping me now put a reel together and stuff like that, because, you know, I'm like the old school. I go in, hand them a picture and a resume and an audition. But it's not like that.
Yeah, well, no, you can contact me, and if I can help you in any way, you know, it would be my pleasure.
I appreciate that.
I really last American Virgin.
Yeah,
Joe.
and I'm not just saying it. I
know. I really appreciate that, Peter.
Yeah.
Peter, we have a question for you. So, one of the things that we often get asked, what would you say is the hardest point in your career that you can share with us, and how did you get over that, like, you know, during your career of just acting?
Well, was 2014. I wrote a synopsis for The Sopranos, and it was the muscle marinara, because that, you know, and I wrote the whole that I wanted to be. I just didn't want to be a goon on the series, so I wrote that I was Miss New York City, and I was the Italian oak, because Arnold Schwarzenegger is the Austrian oak, so I put that I was the Italian oak, and I wanted to be Tony's driver and bodyguard. And that's exactly what they used, because I went in to read for Meredith Tucker, who was the casting director, but I went in to read for Leonardo DiCaprio's movie, Gardener of Eden, and Meredith Tucker looked at me and she said, you know what, you're great for The Sopranos. And I said, Meredith, look what I wrote. And she took it and she put it to the side. Rest assured, she handed it over to David Chase and Terrence Winter, and I'm watching the episode and they used it. But wait, here's the kicker. 2 episodes later, my name is not Gaudio. My birth name is Gaudioso, and that's what they used in the episode.
Wow.
And I had to shorten it because they would have blackballed me from the business. So that's the turning point in your life. You're not in the business unless you get screwed by the business.
Exactly.
You know, when you get, right. You know, but the only thing you could ask the business is the next time you screw me, don't open my legs.
Oh, yes. We are PG-13,
you know,
that's for sure.
You don't mind getting screwed, but don't open my legs when you do it, because now you're using my family's name. And I didn't get paid for it, and I never got anything on that series. And 20 whatever the years later, you know, I went in to read for Meredith Tucker again, and it just wasn't, and it was the remote. You know, because I would have walked in the casting office and she would have knew exactly who I was, and I would have refreshed her memory.
Hey, Peter, is there any role that you'd like to play that you think about, wow, I'd like to play this role, I'd like to be this type of character?
Yeah, I love to play a dad. You know, I love to play dad. I played an uncle, which is very similar to a dad, you know, and, or a school teacher. And, yeah, a superhero. I would love to play a superhero, sure.
Like, who would you want to play?
You know what I would be? The Italianator.
Yes, yeah.
That's right. And you know what I would do, Denise? And Denise, I would go back to all the old neighborhoods, and anybody I don't like, I take them out, I whack them.
Oh, Jesus!
That's what I do. And I wear my cape, my green, white, and red cape.
Tell us a little bit about Gravesend and your role there. We want to talk about that because I know you have a premiere that's coming up.
Right. I'm a series regular in Gravesend. I play Rocco Giordano, who's a soldier in the Colesso crime family. And it was written by the genius William DeMeo, who he and I are just, we're blood brothers. And we've been together since A Bronx Tale. We started in the same movie, the same scene, and he's just a huge inspiration to me, and I'm an inspiration to him. And it just goes back for so many years. And he just wrote a masterpiece of a series where season 2 is going to be released sometime in July. It's got a tremendous cast, like I mentioned earlier. And it's going to do very, very well. And we're just waiting for the platform to be announced, which would be sometime soon. And we're going to give the viewers everything that they've been waiting for the last few years.
Can't wait.
Because there's really nothing on television. There's 2,000 stations, but there's nothing that really appeals to any one of us because everything just went in a completely different direction. And I think that people in certain areas are waiting for something to put on television that they could really absorb and appreciate. And once they go back to the 80s, they get lost. They get lost in time because that's when the world was cool.
Right, Peter? That was the best time, Peter.
The 80s, the best times.
The world was cool, yeah.
Well, we've actually had... Peter, we've had Willie on the show. We've had Bruce Socia on the show here. And now we have you. And we also know Stephen Bauer
on the show.
Is on the show. He's been here as well.
Right.
So let me ask you, Peter, being from New York, you said something about the Mets winning, so you're a Mets fan over the Yankees fan? Are you a Jets fan over the Giants?
You notice I didn't mention any of the players today because I hardly watch. I saw the greats. I saw the greats, and, if I put it on today, it's just background noise, but I love baseball. I love baseball. I love the Yankees. I love the Mets. I love the Red Sox. I'm not one of those guys who hates on people, because they work just as hard. And if they deserve to be at the place that they need to be, then you got to give props to them. I'm not going to put down the Red Sox because they beat the Yankees. Big deal.
No, Peter.
Big deal.
Never.
I'm not. I was actually at the 1969 World Series back in the day. Yes, I was.
Wow,
in New York City.
I just told everyone that.
I think she meant 89 World.
She's lying. She meant 89.
I'm sorry, I made a mistake. They're all right. But I do have a question. You mentioned that you are now doing comedic acting. And you're working with Mike Marino. How did this happen? How did you transition?
Well, you know what? I always had a passion to do stand-up comedy, and I've been going around the clubs, since I've been 25 years old. But you need to really have a nice set on you to go up on stage and to actually think that you can make people laugh. So that was something that stayed inside of me for quite some time. I dabbled in it. I didn't do it. I dabbled in it. I didn't do it. So Mike called me. I've always had it in the back of my mind. Mike called me about 2 months ago and asked me if I wanted to host the show at the comic strip. And I didn't even think about it. And automatically I said, I'll do it because I come from a theater background. I've been on off-Broadway for 25 years in New York City. So I love the theater, and our production went out of business during COVID, and I wanted to get back on stage. And when Mike offered me to do this, it was a way to jump into it. And you know what? I had a tremendous set. Everybody loved me. And now I'm going to be on tour with Mike, and we're going to go all over, and we're going to kill it.
Of course they're going to love you. They're not going for
no
fear.
Choice. You better laugh. That's
yes, exactly.
You know what? I actually gave myself a little stage name. I would call myself the hitman of comedy.
Oh, boy.
I love it. Mike's been on the show twice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Mike's
Yep.
been
You know,
on.
Mike's been on the show twice, and we went to go see him.
To get people in the audience, that's what it's for. Just for everybody to have a good time and to laugh and just to, escape from what's really going on in life,
Hey,
Whatever
Peter.
situations that you have.
Peter, do you ever come down to South Florida? You ever down this way?
The last time I was down there, I was in Sunny Isles, and I was working on a project with Woodseck Mafia, which was directed by John Gotti Jr., and I was there in February about 2 years ago, but I'm going to be coming down, I think, in June, because John Gotti III is fighting Floyd Mayweather at the Sunrise Arena.
Oh, yes, I heard about that.
Right, I'll be down there June 11th with Team Gotti, and we're all going to root for John. We're all going to root for John to win. It's an exhibition.
We would love you. We would love you. We would love you to come in the studio and see us, visit us.
He promised.
You know what? I'm going to take you up on that.
Great, I can't wait.
Well, I understand.
I'm going to take you up on that. But then again, Denise, I'm going to be down there probably the end of June. Whenever we're going to do something at the Hard Rock for the promotion for Gravesend.
Yes.
So
make sure you come on the show. Come down here and come live.
Yes, we're actually.
I would love to.
We will be there at the premiere in June, but we're trying to get as much of the cast that we can here in studio so we can have a Gravesend interview of all the leads and all the goodness and greatness that's coming from, because I'm a huge Gravesend fan. It's the next
Great.
Sopranos.
And we also have Chuck Zito, the legendary Chuck Zito.
We had him on the show a couple weeks ago.
Chuck is awesome.
We love Chuck.
The guy's amazing. He was on the show a couple weeks ago.
We had so much fun with him on the show. Almost
So
as
many
much fun as you have with you.
It was like a comedy show.
Well, listen, we really appreciate your time and being on the show. And I'm going to take you up. I'm going to hit you up about helping me out.
Just hit me up, bro. It's not a problem. Just hit me up. But I want to mention voting starts Monday. You can, because I'm going to put out the link, because I have a strong opportunity to get on the cover of Muscle and Fitness.
Oh, we'll all vote for you.
I've been in other, magazine issues, but Muscle and Fitness means the world to me, and doing it at 62.
Unbelievable.
And I would. So it would mean, so if the listeners can get out there and vote for me, I'm the real deal. And I would appreciate it.
How do they vote? Tell us how they vote.
How can we vote for you?
How can we vote? We got to get this going.
The voting starts on Monday. I have the link. I'm going to be putting the link out. But if you friend me on Instagram, I could directly send you the link.
What's your Instagram?
What's your Instagram?
And then you can share it from there. Peter Gaudio.
Peter Gaudio. Got it. All right. At Peter Gaudio. Find him.
Right. Yeah.
Peter, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you
You've been
so
a
much.
pleasure.
It was an honor. Yeah, it was an honor to do your show. You guys are great. I'm looking forward to coming to the studio and break bread with each and every one of you.
We got to get the whole crew from Gravesend here.
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
that's almost everybody.
That's not a problem. We got to get a couple of girls like Sophia Milos. We have Fran Drescher.
We'd love to.
We
We're
got
working
Chaz
on that.
We got Chaz Palminteri's daughter.
Yes.
So she would be a great guest. We got Ralph Macchio's daughter. She would be a great guest.
So listen, give them all my number and tell them call me and I'll get them on the show.
God bless you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. God bless you. Be safe.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Take care now.
Thank you.
Wow, that was great.
It was great.
Amazing.
What a great guy.
The fact that he has this presence and this image and how old he is. That's a testimony
He's
there.
timeless. I'm sorry. He looks
Only
great.
2 years older than me.
Age
He's
is
not
nothing
that
but a
old.
number. He looks fabulous. He looks better than 40-year-old kid, 30-year-old.
Absolutely. He's
you're sitting here, guys. Listen, I just want to give us a little tribute here. You're listening to these people and all the people they worked on. They've all been on our show.
Yes, of course.
So we're doing all right over here.
Listen, if you ain't on the 6th Borough Radio Show, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah,
you
you're
need to be on here.
But just think about it, Nico.
All you losers out there. Oh no.
Nico, think about it.
Yes.
Kenny, Denise.
Yeah.
All
We've
the
had
names he's mentioned.
Hall of Fame
Yeah,
football
he
players.
did. There was only like
We had
two people that he mentioned.
everybody.
Fran
Everybody he
Drescher and
named.
someone else.
They're
that
all
wasn't
so
on the
excited
show.
that everyone's overlapping everyone. But
No, then he's like, I'm going on
It's
tour
okay.
with Mike Marino. I was like,
Mike
what?
was
Where'd that
over
come
here.
He was right
from? It was
here.
unbelievable.
we've had some very great names on this
Yes.
on this show, and
What do we got next week? Is this
so
locked in or no?
next week. I'm working on it. We'll see what we
we
can
won't say
do.
anything yet.
We really do try to want to have our talent or our guests come live into the studio, but we do also remote because a lot of our guests are working on films and they're not able to be free.
It's hard to get them in.
It's
yeah.
hard to get them in here, but they give their time to us.
And then we get a lot of great guests on a whim, too.
We do. The next
week-
one, yes, we do have Fran Drescher that's going to be coming in,
Next week is
working
Cinco de
on that.
Mayo.
Well, I just want to
I
say
won't be
before
here
we
next
go, let's go Heat this weekend.
Yep.
Sunday, they're playing the Knicks. Big rivals. Let's go Heat.
So next week is May 5th, and it's also Cinco de Mayo. And
I'll be in
so
Houston.
We are actually going to be doing a repeat of our
rerun.
show.
Right, 'cause
Yes, we're going to do a repeat.
I'm
Yes,
gonna call
on
in.
the 5th. Yes.
I'm going to call in from Houston
so they're coming
at the
to-
premiere of the squad. I'm going to call in. How about
Yes.
that?
But we're
Yeah,
not going to be
and
here.
give
We're
yourself
doing
a
a
compliment.
repeat, she just said.
On May 5th.
Oh.
May 5th. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to close our show.
got the
It's
day
been
off.
a great.
We got
you
the day
have
off.
the day off. Everyone, make sure you tune in www.powerupRadioTV.com. And it's great being with you. Tune in, follow us. We appreciate you.
Let's go, baby. The
go,
6th Borough. And now you know. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Pizza Rica, Fat Pickle, and Hideaway. You guys got to follow my team on social media at 6th Borough, at Mag Chop Kenny, at Denise Cassell, at VIP TV, at Joe Rubo, at Nico Nation. Now you know. Ladies and gentlemen, until next week, Yalla Bali God. Let's go. Whoop, 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 whoop.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station.